Oh, you have, I think, two Royal Oaks, right? You got the skeleton. You had a perpetual, I think. You have a perpetual, I saw, right?
Yeah, I have the. This is the historical pieces. This is the historical pieces. 1 second. This is the 1986 or 87.
Okay.
So this
Oh
is this
shit.
is
Okay. Yeah.
this is
Oh
the
my god.
first. This is the first perpetual. This is the first serious Audemars Piguet out there, and they only produce I think 156 in yellow gold, and
Yeah.
very few in white gold, and I think single digit platinum. And so overall,
Okay.
everything add up about 200 pieces over, I think, over 10 years of time, because you can see that everything has to be
Yeah.
skeletonized, and it's very 19th century skeletonization. So
All right, welcome back, watch fans. Today we are talking Patek Philippe vintage Nautilus. That's right, the vintage Nautilus market is getting a we're getting some hypesters coming into the market, and looks like Brad Pitt has been recruited. He's been recruited, has been groomed by I think some of these vintage dealers out there to pump up the market. It's been a look. It's been a rough market for the watch market, vintage, and I think they're trying to get some. They're trying to get some excitement in the market. Again, thank you, Watch Nicholas. We got the major, big, heavy donor to the channel. One of our great contributors, Watch Nicholas, 99-cent super chat. Hopefully, this does not cause an overdraft. We would not want that to happen. Um, so, what's going on with the vintage Nautilus market? Hang on a second. Let me just pull this up. Yes, I just I noticed was it on Instagram today? On Instagram today, this just popped up, right? This I don't know. I think there's an article with what is this? I think it's GQ. Shit, I didn't even know GQ magazine was around. I haven't seen that magazine like in 20 years. Anyway, here you got the what is it? Brad Pitt, George Clooney, right? You got and of course we'll notice on the wrist is vintage 3700 Patek 3700 with the champagne dial. Now, why are we doing this video? What is the point of this video? Is this like a Brad Pitt video? No. We're talking about trends in the market, and look, some of these celebrity guys, like I don't know whether it's Jay-Z, whether it's whoever, people follow those celebrities, and those markets get. Or what's it? John Mayer. John Mayer. I don't know who's actually more influential. Would you say John Mayer or Brad Pitt? Excuse me. Yeah, Brad Pitt or John Mayer. Now, John Mayer has not been relevant in, I don't know, 20 years. I don't know. He was I know he did some music in the early 2000s. I don't think I ever heard of any of his songs, but he was basically, around, 20 years ago. Nobody's heard of him since. Apparently, he's he's in the watch business now or something. He's tied in with Audemars Piguet. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning into the channel, make sure you click the like, subscribe button. Of course, you subscribe to our free newsletter. That's right, the free newsletter. Hang on a second. This is, well, not quite what it looks like, but click the link in the video description below. It comes to you every week. We talk about vintage, modern, and all that good stuff. Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet, Rolex, and Rolex. Anyway, click the link below, and you're going to get this. So, Anyway, so this might have an effect on the Patek Nautilus market. Let's take a look at some of these pictures that these guys are posting here. It's got I don't know, it's kind of a homoerotic vibe going on there. You know, there's always been rumors about what's his name, George Clooney for sure. You know, but here we go. We got this again, nice champagne dial. Looks like a very crisp watch. Very crisp watch. So are these guys in bed together? It's a little bit, you know, I think they're in bed together. I mean, right? I think this is like 2-page spread or something. it's you know, I mean, come on, GQ. I think from what I understand, GQ was actually kind of a gay magazine when it really started, and you know, but it was kind of sold to straight people. So, but it was mostly a kind of a gay magazine when they began. There was something going on there. Anyway, yeah. So these two guys are in bed together. And what is going on? All right, this guy's a good-looking guy. I mean, listen, you got to give him credit. Brad Pitt is a great-looking guy. Let's take a look here. Let's take a look. What is on the same watch, same watch. Okay, I don't know. These guys are spending a lot of time together. This is some homoerotic action going on. Now they're in the pool together. I mean, come on. This is. I think there's some subliminal marketing going on to, you know, sell kind of like some sort of gay agenda or something. You know, it's something is going on. But anyway, it looks like I think it looks like the vintage Patek Nautilus market may get a lift. Now let's take a look. Let us take a look what is going on. Now, of course, Brad Pitt, you know, I think he's been famous for wearing that, was it the Vacheron? A horrible watch, by the way. The Vacheron, what is that Vacheron that he had? I think I saw a picture of Vacheron. Let's take a look. Let me pull this up. Let's pull this up here. Let's pull this up. Actually, is Brad Pitt still famous? Has he done any movies lately? All right, so you pull up Brad Pitt watches, right? And of course, this is what comes up. We got, let's see. This is what comes up. And let me zoom in here. So yeah, he's got that Vacheron. What's the model number? Oh, the 222, 222. Really an ugly watch. I mean, I know people have been trying to hype up this watch. And it's just kind of a tacky watch. You know, the bezel is, I don't know. It's an unfortunate design. I think, did Gerald Genta do this? You know, we know he did a lot of these. It was probably Genta inspired or whatever. So it's again, it's a vintage. I guess it's a vintage inspired look. I'm not into this vintage inspired bullshit. Okay, I'm really not. Either it's the real deal or it's not. And this is just so ugly. The bracelet is off. You got that, you know, the little logo in the corner there on the flat. It just doesn't work. It's one of these watches that they should just left this alone. It's absolute trash. Okay, pure trash. Yeah, it just doesn't work. It really does not work. Oh, Jörg Heisig. Okay, Jörg Heisig did this. Okay. Yeah, I don't see this. This is a disgusting watch. I know people have been trying to hype it up. I wonder if Brad Pitt is getting paid. I wonder if Brad Pitt is getting paid by some dealers, or he got the watch free with some guy that's stocked up on a lot of these 3700s. Something is going on. Something is going on. It's kind of an interesting choice, though, to wear a solid gold 3700. Or I'm assuming that's his watch, right? It's kind of an interesting choice because, you know, you would think these guys, they don't want to be too flashy. You know, I mean, I know. Look, the guy's got the money. I don't think money is an issue for this guy. But I don't think, you know, I think they consciously, a lot of these guys, they want to be kind of considered low key and relatable. For sure, that's with George Clooney. Yeah, that guy's a phony. That phony bastard, George Clooney. You know, that guy is something is off with that guy. Very cringy and creepy. You know, the Joe Biden promoter. Actually, I think he's the guy that pushed Joe Biden over the edge to make him resign, right? To make, well, not resign, but yeah, give it over to Kamala. Anyway, let's take a look at the 3,700 market and kind of let's see where the prices are. Low to high. We're going to go low to high. You know, interestingly enough, you know, look, my absolute favorite is the two-tone watch. My absolute favorite is a two-tone. I think that's actually the ideal look if you're going to go for a 70s watch, because two-tone is the 70s vibe. Okay, so so this watch is a brand new service, 81 grand. Now, okay, so I think what they're doing now, this is interesting. I just noticed this. They're putting in new clasps on some of these watches. They're putting in some new clasps, which is the kind of butterfly clasp, if you will, I guess. And I'm going to show you this. Again, this just got serviced. And here's another example here. So here's the watch, right? Let's take a look. What was the service? Okay, hang on. Okay, and here's what they did. They put in this new clasp, which is I think it's look. As far as I'm concerned, that's a far better clasp. The butterfly clasp probably sits much better. I don't know if they do that. Was something wrong with this guy's clasp? I mean, sadly, that will impact the value. I mean, it's kind of ironic because this is a, how much was the service? Ooh, ooh, wow, wow. Wow. This was a $20,000 service. This is like a $22,000 service. So let's see if I can read. Maybe I can get an idea. Something was, so there's a couple parts that were expensive. There was restoration, 8 grand. Let's see. Okay. So the buckle, okay, that new clasp, I think was 7,500 euro. I think that's what happened. I think that's what happened here. So I mean, I don't know what the condition of the watch was. I don't know what they do to the watch. Wait, did I again? I can't. Let me see. I'm not that good with. I can't see the. So what was it? There was one. Was it a bracelet? Something was expensive. There was two. There was 3 items. 2 of them were like 7,000 euros. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Uzi. We haven't seen that watch. We haven't seen that watch, Uzi. It's. I mean, Uzi. By the way, you know, we got Watch Nicholas made a massive contribution to the channel to help keep the channel going. Again, it costs millions of dollars a month to keep this channel going. And thank you to our show sponsor, which is Watch Nicholas. Okay, so these, I think, okay, so those are actually quite questionable. When you start doing the, you know, the clasp restoration and the whole thing, I mean, replacement clasp, you know, it's no longer, well, yeah, for sure, it's no longer considered, that's the real deal. That's like the real clasp, which is a garbage clasp, by the way. It's actually pure trash, tomato can material, but that's what it is. So, all right, so these are about, I would say about 100. Yeah, so it's really should be about 100 grand for a two-tone. Here we go. It's a beautiful. Look at this. This one looks, wow, this one looks crisp. My favorite, not that you guys care, my favorite is the 80s period, the kind of pre-90s, because you know you want that sans serif or Euro style font in the date window. I don't like that serif font that they started doing in the 90s. It just looks, It looks cheap. It looks cheap and nasty. Okay, and you get this little gold for the two-tone. You get this little gold logo on the buckle or whatever you want to call it. There you go, and you can tell it. You can tell if the watch has been polished. You can tell if the watch has been polished if the thing is there. Wow, look at this. Oh, we got some competition. $1.99. $1.99. Show sponsor. Oishin's Everything Bagel. Yeah, actually, that's my favorite bagel. The Everything Bagel. Late from I don't know if this guy's a comedian or not. I don't know if this is what did I. Oh, Oishin. So Oishin, I know. Look, I know you're philo-Semitic, so we're gonna give you an update. What is the show about? We're talking about the people are trying to hype up the vintage market with Brad Pitt. That's right, Brad Pitt. Like Instagram. What's this heart? What happened? Did I just click a like or something? Or something happened? There's a heart went off. Anyway, so basically what's going on is Instagram was all a flutter. It was all a flutter with the news that Brad Pitt, I gotta tell you something. I'm really starting to hate the whole fucking watch community. I really like the more I see these Instagram wankers, the Hodinky wankers. There's a certain Hodinky vibe that's kind of, the Hodinky kind of faux journalist cringy vibe that's penetrated the watch writing and Instagram and all that bullshit. It's annoying, right? It's like this kind of a whole, I don't know. Anyway, so basically these guys are all, so Brad Pitt is, I guess this is a GQ for GQ magazine, a cover photo. This is the cover photo or something, a photo shoot for GQ. And of course, Brad Pitt wearing a vintage Patek Philippe Nautilus with a champagne dial, as you see. Solid gold, by the way, solid gold. Now, here's what is interesting. I'm actually going to read a little bit into this. Now, we know that George Clooney is kind of a phony. He's a Democrat phony, rat bastard phony, leftist. And he's wearing the Omega. That's the watch of the peasants. The Omega is the peasant watch. And the watch of the Matrix. The Matrix. George Clooney is an agent of the Matrix. That's who wears steel watches. Okay, now Brad Pitt has escaped the Matrix. Brad Pitt has clearly escaped the Matrix, and that is why he is wearing a solid gold vintage solid gold vintage watch. That's right. He is wearing a solid gold vintage Patek Philippe Nautilus 3700 champagne dial. I don't know. That's a real escape the Matrix type of watch. There it is. We got a close-up. Again, now we got some homoerotic activity here. These guys are sharing a bed together. It's kind of like a pink background, like a vintagey sort of I don't know what's going on with that. What's that headboard? What is that? Is that leather or vinyl? I don't know. There's an underlying message here. There's an underlying message. You got Brad Pitt in this kind of pink silk, or is that lavender or whatever? Fuchsia silk robe, which by the way is a great. The robe is amazing. What a great robe. Is that Sulka? I missed out on getting a Sulka silk robe once. Those things are amazing, right? That's kind of like, that was the thing, the smoking jacket. And they were going out of business. I think the price were like $700. I should have bought it. Those things, because it's all handmade. It's probably $5,000 today. Yeah, Sulka, what a great thing. Anyway, so Brad Pitt, the question is, my friends, is this: is Brad Pitt getting paid to promote? Is he getting paid to promote Nautilus, the vintage Nautilus market? Because it does need help. It does need help. It's actually, you know what? Look, the truth is, prices have actually been relatively stable. These prices have been relatively stable. Okay, so this is the Brad Pitt watch. This is the Nautilus Circuit 81. Again, no, excuse me. This is a two-tone. Excuse me. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys. Two-tone. I'm sorry. I got distracted here. So we got the two-tone. Oh, shit. I think this one also had the clasp replaced. I think that's what happened. I mean, the full. I think that's what happened. Hang on a second. I think this got replaced. That looks like a replacement clasp in there. I think that's what that's going. I think that's what's going on over there. Uh-oh. Okay, let's take a look. So again, about 100 grand, low hundreds for the two-tone, which again is the way to go. The steel one is, again, only if you're part of the matrix. If you're an agent of the matrix, should you wear a steel Nautilus. Now this is a very honest watch. Look at that. Again, we got the logo is very crisp. Again, you got the original clasp, the tomato can material clasp. And hang on, take a look at the watch. Oh, you got the little Bayer signature. Is that worth extra? Not really. I don't think it's worth anything extra. Now, again, the one thing you got to watch out for with these watches, they're really pretty delicate because this whole bezel, the bezel is, it's a very big area. It takes up a lot of space. It's flat. So if you bang into something, it can seriously get damaged. And you want to watch out. You see, this is a very crisp edge. Is this original? I don't know. I would hope so. I would hope this is original, right? Otherwise, they get polished out. They start looking flat, which, could be an interesting aesthetic, though. If they were kind of banged up, they got that kind of soft look. It might be a way to go. I have nothing against it. Oishin, what do you think of this? What do you think of this look? Would you go for two-tone or the solid gold? Again, so if you go to solid gold, the prices do start to pick up. Again, what people really want is, for whatever reason, they really like that steel watch, which I don't know, I think is trash. Okay, so here we go. This is the Brad Pitt watch. 180 large. That's really the cheapest price on Chrono. 180,000 for solid yellow gold. Yeah, and it's a really nice feel on the wrist, the jumbo, that big flat kind of head. Again, it's very thin. It looks great. It really does look great. Now, I don't know what's better, to go with the two-tone or the blue dial. Good question, right? Two-tone? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Champagne or blue dial? The champagne or the blue dial? Hang on a second. Let's see. Black dial? No black dial. Hang on a second. Well, let's see if we can get some panelists. Can we get some quality? Can we get some quality panelists on the show here? We need some quality panelists. Uzi, it's not you, by the way. You're not a quality panelist. Oh, sorry. I mean, even though you're a show contributor, look, I'm honest here. I mean, this is an honest channel. If it's date, yes. Patek, I don't know. I don't know. Unless you can show us the Nautilus. We need some honest panelists here. All right. Whoa, is this a green dial? No, it's not a green dial. I think there's a green dial out there. I think there's a green dial somewhere out there. Oh, there is a green. Yeah, it was a green dial. Shit, it is a green dial. This is a green dial. It's a steel with a green dial. Okay. Interesting. Okay, it looks legit. Looks legit. Wow, look at that beautiful font. That typewriter font. That's amazing. I love that typewriter font that they have. That's like this Euro style typewriter font. Amazing. That's one of my favorite fonts. Very 80s. Actually, not 80s. It's really a 70s vibe. 70s vibes is what this is about. Okay. Who do we got? We got Bruce Lee? Nah. Is that Bruce Lee? Wow, we got a celebrity panelist, Bruce. Welcome to the program.
Thank you. Thank you. As you
I gotta
as
get you.
wake up, yeah.
I, I gotta get you an avatar so you can use a Bruce Lee avatar for your thing there, so it's not blank. You know.
Yeah, yeah. I'll find something. I was lazy. Yeah.
Hey, you always show up. I didn't know. You got my email, right? I sent you that email.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were coming yesterday because otherwise I have like a million questions to ask about your collection. The whole collecting philosophy. So
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know you were coming today, so I'm not ready. But uh,
No, 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 no.
what?
I mean, yeah, I reply your email. I will actually go back to mainland China for a few months, so I'll probably
Oh,
missing YouTube because it's not available. Unless I
okay.
do the VPN, then VPN is also not,
Oh yeah.
it's not
Hey,
available. But
when are you going to China?
I'm going back a week after, and
Oh, okay,
I'll do
okay,
actually a lot
okay,
of traveling. So I'll be back
okay,
roughly. I'll be back around early September, and then I'm leaving again.
okay,
Then be back around
okay,
middle October.
okay. Are you a spy for the Chinese government?
If I tell you that, I'll kill you, right?
The answer
No,
is
no, no, no.
probably yes.
It's just
Ah,
business, just business.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, of course. That's a good cover. That's a good cover. Okay, we'll go with that. We'll go with that story. We're gonna go with that story. But hey, when are you gonna have time to hop on to do the full interview? When would you have time?
uh, Either I can do it in early September or I can do it in late October. But if I'm
Oh
doing it late
shit! No, we gotta do
October,
it. No, we gotta do it as soon
I
as
I
possible.
Oh,
We
okay.
gotta do
Then
yeah,
September
as
will be
soon as
better.
possible.
September will be better. Yeah.
September. Okay, okay. We'll have you on. But okay, let's talk about this. I know you're probably again, it's early in the morning for you, so you're gonna, you're waking up there. What do you think? What do you make of this? What's are you by the way, what do you think of Nautilus? Have you ever had a vintage Nautilus?
No, 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 no. Yeah, I think people know about Patek, sort of from the Nautilus, right? So the watch bull market really helped to spread the word, and normally have this like 80-20 rule, 20%, maybe, now it's like 98 to 2%, right? So 2% of the watch will get 98% of the attention. And nowadays, attention is money. Attention is everything. You can talk from the TikTok. Um,
Yes.
so Nautilus actually gets the most of it from the last bull market. Everybody knows Nautilus now. People, and also very interesting is that how you can make a watch super popular. It's not about that it's well known, right? It's about you've been offered the Nautilus, let's say 10, 20, whatever years ago, and it wasn't popular. It was a dog, nobody wants it.
Yeah.
And then have this regret. There's, then it's very good storytelling. You will keep telling your friends or whoever you meet on, let's say, watch meetup. You say, "Oh, I have this opportunity 15 years ago. I got offered, vintage 5711, and didn't take it, and now it's over $100,000, right?" And people give a laugh. So it's great story. It's full of, let's say,
That's
yeah,
that's a very good point. That's there's actually an old Jewish joke, which is like if you walk around Manhattan with like an old Jewish man and say, "Oh, you see that building? I could have bought that for $50,000, and now it's
yeah,
100 million." It's
yeah.
probably in Hong Kong also, but yeah, that's actually very interesting, right? That's like people. Yeah, 20 years ago, it was kind of it was a dog, right? How long are you collecting watches? How long have you been
Well,
collecting? Like seriously?
I I start off. I mean, I've been buying watches when I was young,
Yeah.
but I was sort of in and out. So the
Okay.
time I starting to get serious is around actually right after the financial crisis. So
Okay.
everything was cheap, and also I was like broke back then anyway. So I couldn't afford anything good. So soon after I started into watches, I was just buying random stuff. I was buying like a Dennis. I was buying like a JJ Lecoultre,
Okay.
Yeah, and then the Panerai is starting to get like super popular. Everybody into the big watches, and just follow the trend. I got like a few Panerai,
Oof,
and
oof, oof, oof,
yeah. I
oof,
got the
oof.
the GMT
You got
Panerai. I
sucked in,
got
yeah.
the California down. I had a few. I had a few, and then I sold
Okay,
it.
okay, okay. So okay, but you had like when I say collecting, I mean like okay, so you when did you get like a first like a semi-serious watch like a Rolex or what like when you knew about watches like early like 2006 7 like that time around 8 that was kind of when you
Hmm.
started no okay okay
Yeah, I started
so
researching around 2008 and get bit of serious. Let's say from 2010.
okay
Then you pivot a few times. Everybody. Then before it's like you're just buying random stuff. You're buying whatever you can afford, and then you just panorama. You follow the trend, and then I think a few years after you starting to having like watch collecting cyst. I'm not sure if you should have a cyst, but you start to
yeah
have your own sort of a theory of what you should buy, this and
yeah
that.
by the way
Yeah, yeah.
what's on the wrist today what are you wearing today
Again, wake up. I didn't wear anything. I was
oh
thinking
you just
about
woke up
picking my. I was thinking about picking a Russian watch today to wear.
a Russian watch
Yeah.
which one what do you got like a Soviet era
Just hold on a second. Let me find. Uh, okay. I have two. I have two Russian watches. Only two,
okay what is
actually.
it Vostok
Um, One is the cliche. We have the Chaikin.
Oh, okay. Oh, the real. Okay, okay. But wait, is that made? That's not made in Russia. Was that? That's Chaikin. Where is that made? That's where it made.
It is made in
Where did they
Russian,
make?
right? Chaikin is from
You're
Russia.
kidding. I had no idea. Really?
Yeah, Chaikin is Russian.
Okay, I didn't know that. I mean, he is, but the watch is made in Russia.
I think so. Just let me check.
I don't think they
Made
have
by.
machine. I don't think they can make watches there.
It is. Yeah, they can. And this is what is it called? Raketa. I think Raketa.
Oh,
This is this is
Raketa.
this is purely made in Russia.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure.
And
Okay,
because
wow.
they got sanctioned, so they have to make everything in Russian. The hairspring,
Yeah.
the balance wheel, the escapement, the mainspring, everything.
Wait, is that a modern watch though? That one, the
It is a
Raketa. That's a
modern
modern
watch.
watch.
This is
That's
a modern watch.
modern, like like a current production.
Correct. You can buy
Okay.
it from their website. Then have to pay like a 50% import tax because it
Oh
got
wow.
sanctioned. Yeah.
Oh,
But
50% in Hong Kong, you have to pay 50%?
I've been hearing like horror stories on these watches from the Europe Union. So I see a few. If you search Watch and Co on Quarter 24, you can see the
Okay.
listing price on Quarter 24 is more expensive than the website price, than the brand new one.
How much? But it's not expensive. How much could it be? What is it, a couple $100?
It's just like a 1900 euro. It's not very expensive.
Wow.
Not very expensive.
Wow, that is a wait. That's but shit. This is from the Soviet era. This would have been like a $20 watch. Like maybe this is
But they remade. You see, they remade the whole. This is the new movement they have, right? They
modern.
manufacture the
Okay,
movement. So
okay, yeah, yeah.
yeah,
It's
this is
different.
modern.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So
Hold on a
the
second.
Russian code.
I need to understand this. I got to understand this. Hold on a second. You have some super high end watches. Why would you get this? I mean, these are like shitters. I mean, this is like Soviet era. You know what?
No,
I
no, no,
mean,
no, no.
obviously,
It's interesting.
it's
You can see
interesting.
that this watch. You can see run anti-clockwise. This one.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it runs anti-clockwise. That's what happens.
Yeah. You see, you read the time. The
Oh.
time now is actually 4:20, right? Because everything is
Oh,
mirrored. So this is
okay.
0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, and then it run anti-clockwise.
Okay. Okay. Wait. It's 4 a.m. Hong Kong time. No, it's got to be
No,
later.
no, 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 no. I'm just pick it up, right? It
Oh,
stopped
okay.
like
Okay.
4:20 last time I worried, right?
420. A lot of people in America like that number, 420. So what no, that's very interesting. I was born in what was the Soviet Union, so I have a few watches like I inherited from my father, my grandfather. I was like You know the story about Langenzoon, right? And the Russians.
London, yeah.
They took after the war. The Soviets, they took all the machinery out of Glasuta, basically from Langenzoon specifically, because from what I understand, because Langenzoon was kind of affiliated with the Nazis, so the Soviets wanted to get reparations, so they took all their stuff, and the other companies they left alone. So
They,
all the
they,
watches in the Soviet Union were made by Langenzoon machinery parts. I mean, for a while, not like forever, but like a lot of those watches were.
oh, interesting. I didn't know. I
Yeah.
actually didn't know that.
No. So there's certain watches. I think it's certain brands from that Soviet era, like early 1950s. They're like very collectible because they have Langenzoon parts, which still have the Langenzoon like stuff inside. Like, yeah, they took everything. I think they took in like they took the workers. I mean, they just put them. They shipped them to like Siberia and made them make watches. Yeah,
Nice.
but okay. So you're okay. Okay, now I understand because you basically like unusual stuff. You don't really care about the
Yeah,
brand. You're not a it doesn't matter to you. You just want
doesn't
unusual.
matter. It doesn't matter. I mean, I
Okay.
see this watch. This is. I mean, Cartier also have an anti-clockwise watch from their.
Okay.
I think it's a tank series or it's a
Uh-huh.
Santos Dumont. But the issue with the Cartier is it only have two hands. You don't see the second hand. So you really cannot tell instantly it run anti-clockwise. But this one you can see the
Okay.
second hand is running. You can instantly tell, okay, this is something different, right? This is run anti-clockwise. So this is
Yeah.
actually
I
better than the Cartier.
yeah, yeah. Interesting. Shit, you couldn't pay me to wear that. No, I'd smash that with a hammer. Let me see. Let me see. The Chaikin, I know people are into that. That's kind of like I know there's like that's like a there's like a whole like
That's the
I know
Joker
there's a lot of
series.
yeah, a lot of collect. It seems like one of those. What are these going for now? How much are these like selling for?
Uh, this one is they only made 8 pieces, so it's quite rare.
Oh,
So I think
oh,
this one's going for something like 80 or 90,000 because you just
wow.
can't find this out in the corner or auction. You have never seen this, right? Have you seen this before or not really?
Look, I don't follow. I mean, it's not a brand that I follow. So maybe it may. I mean, I don't follow all the auctions that closely. This is like one of these things. Like I know in Hong Kong, they always have like really exotic
Yeah,
stuff, right? The Hong Kong auctions. So
yeah.
I wouldn't know. I'm not. This is not a watch I follow, but this is. So was this was made for the Asian market then? If it was a limited edition of 8,
Uh,
right?
no, not really. I mean, I think
No,
he,
8. Come on, 8. The
yes and
Russians.
no.
What are
They're like, I think Chai can just make whatever he want, right? So he have
okay?
like so many iterations on the Jokers, and there was like a Halloween, the pumping head one. There was like
Yeah, yeah.
a cow head, and this is the what they call the Smelodon. So Smelodon is the
It's like a tiger.
yeah, like a tiger from his prehistorical tiger, right? When extinct,
Yeah,
with the two sharp teeth, right?
yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Can
so
we
they
see the
made.
back?
Let me
Sure.
just hide. Let me just hide the number 1 second to see.
Oh, okay, okay. Oh, top. Oh, okay, 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 okay. Listen, it's very, you come on this program, you're showing us rare watches. This might be the only one. This is, yeah, right. You do have to. Okay, so this is one of 8, basically. Wow.
One of these,
Okay,
yeah. But the back
okay.
is not that impressive. I mean, it's
Yeah,
like it's not super expensive. But the whole thing is in the front, right? So the back
yeah.
is okay polish, right? It's not even a
Okay.
first round balance wheel, right? It's just yeah.
So nothing. It's not super. The back is not super interesting. So basically, the story is in the front. Okay, and it's what? It's yellow gold, right? It's hard for me to see in
No,
the.
it's bronze. You see, it's
Oh, it's
bronze.
bronze. It's
Yeah, yeah.
bronze. I can't even tell. I can't tell with the camera here.
You can see a bit of
Uh,
a patina. You can see a bit of a patina.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
So this thing is You're saying this thing is 80 grand? This watch,
yeah, yeah.
Chaikin. Shit. Okay,
So
so
you can see this is the hour hand, and this is the mini
okay,
hand, and this is the date.
uh huh.
So
Okay.
every day 3 o'clock in the morning, the drawer will close, and then 6 o'clock in the morning it will open, and then you will see a different animal in the mouth. And on
Oh.
Sunday, on Sunday it will show a human, because God
Oh
created human on
shit.
the seventh day, something like that.
Okay. It's so hard to see because the camera is not. We can't see the detail. Okay, so
You can see
basically
there's like
the
a little armadillo
I
in
see
the
there's
in the
something in
mouth.
it. Yeah. So okay. So the tiger is eating a different animal every day. Oh, that's very clever. Okay, that's clever. Shit. Okay, I get it now. I get it. Okay. So
Yeah, yeah.
this is okay.
And also
Wow.
another thing interesting is that like you play with a cat, right? You always rub the
Yeah.
chin of the cat, so you can see the
Uh,
the crunch now at the 3 o'clock position, but at the 6 o'clock position, like
oh.
you're rubbing, like if you're winding the
Oh.
dwarf, it's like you're rubbing the chin of a cat.
Oh. That's okay. I
See, the
understand.
details is like amazing, right? The details is amazing. The thought put
I
into it, right?
understand. Okay. I
Um,
understand.
so let me. Okay, now you can see the eyeball moving
Yeah.
to 9 o'clock. Let's just see
Okay.
the day change, right?
Okay. Oh,
You
hang
see,
on,
you
hang on.
see
Okay.
the mouse
Oh,
close,
okay. Keep going, keep going. Okay.
and
Okay.
then
Oh, the
it
mouth
will
is closed. Okay,
reopen.
now the mouth. Wait, the mouth
Yeah,
is
you see the
closed
mouse
now,
close.
right? It's
Yeah,
closed.
yeah, the mouse
It's
closed
closed.
now.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then 6 o'clock in the morning, it will open up again with, now you can see it's like a goat inside,
Okay.
not
Okay.
armadillo.
Oh, okay. Now I see the teeth. I wasn't able to really see the teeth. Okay, I see the
Yeah.
teeth now. It's got teeth. Okay. I didn't notice that. It's got the little teeth, the white teeth. Okay. Wow. Okay. So yeah, it's fucking crazy. All right. So hang on, let me bring up. Okay, keep that there. I want to bring up so back to Nautilus. So you start collecting seriously in the, kind of in the 2008 or so. And by the way, you had some good prices that right after the
Exactly.
GFC. The prices were pretty decent.
But I wasn't, I was working for somebody. I have a limited cash, so I was just buying like stainless steel JLC, or stainless steel Panerai.
Okay.
The Breitling, what
Okay.
else? Yeah, it just if I'm buying like Daniel Roger Smith or George Daniels, I'll be laughing, right? So, but I couldn't afford back then. So
Yeah.
I was able to sell the watch I bought for a profit, but making like 30% on top of like a 10,000, so it's not much.
Okay, that's pretty good still back because it wasn't I mean it wasn't people weren't making actually no I think with Rolex you could always make one but did you say Daniel do you have a George Daniels?
No, I don't. I hope I bought it when it was cheap. But I have friends that bought it like a cheap, and now it's like the Grail watch, right? It's like the super.
Yeah.
He will flash in front of me like every time he got a chance, and it's sort of annoying, but it's sort of also envy him, right? So
Wait, so
you
Bruce,
know.
let me ask you. I think when you first contacted me, you said that you were getting a Patek 5004, right? 5004 you were getting?
No. It's the predecessor of 504. It's 5204.
Oh, 5204 you get. Okay, so you
Yeah,
said you're getting the
yeah.
5204 and then you said the collection would be finished. Is that right? Did you say are you going to stop collecting after you get the 5204?
Uh, okay, so I have some watches in order. So some of them I probably gonna wait for 5 more years.
Okay.
It's not even fun. So I think by finish, the definition is that you'll be finished for now, right? So if you see anything interesting, you say, all right.
I
I
see.
mean, I still have a few on my bucket list. I
Yeah.
think I have one. Let's say I probably have one. I have one that I really, really want, and I picking myself. I missed the auction. And then I never seen it again. Right, so it's
What's
gone.
that? What did you miss? What did you miss?
I missed the Briva Genius 01 from I think last year's Sotheby auction. So
Okay. I don't.
it is the weather watch, right? So it is
Oh
the
wow.
watch can predict the weather,
Okay.
which is quite handy actually in Hong Kong. You can search. It's called Briva, Breve,
Hang
Briva.
on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one. This is the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So this is a weather watch, and is this in production? Limited edition.
No,
How many?
the whole company when busted, they did only three models. One,
Yeah.
the first one is to predict the weather. The second one I think is to predict the height, and the third one is to predict the not predict to measure the speed.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So I've seen
Interesting. Okay.
the second and third on market, but I'm not gonna do mountain climbing or
Yeah.
speeding, so it doesn't really. You
And they were they all made in platinum, like this, like precious metals? Bruce, you there? What happened? The internet. The internet. Bruce, are you there? We can't hear you. Maybe it's the maybe China. They're listening in. We're getting censored.
Oh,
What's?
sorry.
Okay.
I got a call.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe the Chinese government was censoring the video.
I got incoming call. That's okay. Sorry, what
Actually,
were you?
maybe we shouldn't be making jokes because they're in charge now, right, of Hong Kong. They're really it's we should. Yeah, I want to
I mean,
I want to visit
if
at
you
some point.
are saying any, if you say anything bad to the government, you are, um, you sort of be in trouble, right? So,
Yeah. I'm not going to say anything
not
bad
gonna
because
get into
I'd like
politicals.
to visit. Yeah, I don't want to get I don't want to get disappeared or something. So
Hong
this
Kong is
watch,
yeah, Hong Kong is okay. Yeah,
they made them in platinum, only all precious metals, basically.
yeah. They made in also the rose gold. The one in auction was the
Okay,
rose
okay.
gold. Yeah.
How much was that? How much did this go for? I'm curious.
It was not expensive. I think we eventually sold for like 34,000 or something. I can't remember clearly, but it's not super expensive. This one was retailing back then, I think 160 or 100 something. But now
Oh,
it's only
really?
sold for like 30 grand or 34 grand.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting. So this company went out of business. And when was this? When did they make this watch? It actually looks like a relatively modern case design.
I think it's
I mean, it
early
looks like a modern.
2000. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this case. I'm looking at this. It looks like if you look at that case, kind of, it looks like a code 1159 a little bit. No, that kind of the case, the kind of that design,
Um,
a little bit like that.
yeah, I mean, this is a typical like independent watchmaking thing, right? So they have to make the whole case very sort of complex. With
Yeah.
groovings and with different polishing finish.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so a lot of
Wow.
thought went into
Okay.
this. Yeah,
Okay. Wow. Okay. And this was, I'm sorry, you said this was an auction in Hong Kong.
Sotheby, yes, I think Sotheby auction. Yeah,
Sotheby's. Okay. Yeah, they have, it's, I think, which market now is kind of the more serious market for watches? Like, or actually, no, I should say Hong Kong, the auctions, but like Singapore, how would you say like Singapore versus Hong Kong? Or, because I know both of them have like
Singapore was
very,
Singapore was nothing. Singapore, there was like there was no auction, and there have very limit. I mean, there's only one. I think serious watch shop in Singapore. I think I forgot the name though. It's on fourth floor of the Ion shopping mall. If you go to the
okay,
fourth floor, there was like Bowen and Zoic on the one side. Then you have the other. I forgot the name. There was another
okay,
like a watch gallery on the other side. It's like full of independent.
okay.
Um,
I
yeah.
I'm sorry. I meant like collectors. Oh, actually, no,
Oh,
probably Hong.
collector.
Yeah, because yeah, there's not this. Obviously, Hong Kong has a lot more people. Yeah, you can't really compare. But I know there's a lot of serious collectors in Singapore.
I think there was like a Singapore watch. sort of
Okay.
there. I think there was some sort of watch group in Singapore, right? And they even
Okay.
make like I forgot the name, but they even make like commission pieces. So
Oh, the Watch
the
Gang or
power.
something. Singapore Watch Gang. Is that what it's called?
I forgot the name,
A
but I
Singapore Watch
remember I
Club.
watched
Yeah.
their video at some point, and they was oh
I've
we are
seen that.
business.
Yeah,
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 yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. There's a guy. Oh, but where now? Okay, so you have like probably the most serious collectors are in Asia, right? So how would you rank? Let's say, Japan, Hong Kong.
Mm.
I don't know. Does China have like serious collectors in China, like for vintage or anything?
No, really. I mean, Chinese collector. Sorry, I have to separate the market, right? So there are mainland China collector, then there are Hong Kong collectors. The mainland China collector, I have to say, a little bit focus too little. I mean, you're
Yeah.
looking at serious collector, you're looking at Patek Philippe collector. That's it, right?
Okay, they were.
And
I mean, it's a much more younger. I mean, they're basically they only started buying in the last 20 years. I mean, that's a new market, right? Hong Kong. I mean, China's a real. Hong Kong has been buying stuff for 50 years. Hong Kong was
yeah,
a strong economy since I don't know the 1960s.
90s, 60s, 70s. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So okay, okay.
Uh,
So
I
interesting.
mean, you're starting to see like, I mean, okay. So the watchmaker have to grow together with the watch collector. You have to cater for a particular demographic in order for you to actually, one, be resilient to any like financial crisis for one, and two, grow. So
Yeah.
you're starting to see the mainland China market starting to have a tiny group of people, right? Starting into the independent, right? And then you're starting to see the independent watchmaker from China also starting to emerge.
Oh
There
yeah.
are actually a few in Shenzhen, and
Yeah, yeah, they can make really good stuff. I mean, they're probably making a lot of these Rolex, these fakes. I mean, they can make, they can
no, no,
make
no, no, no,
watches
no.
as good as anybody. Then,
I've talking to a few, so they are like a professional engineers,
yeah,
working for watch industry for a while, and say, okay, screw it, I'm starting my own thing, and
yeah,
making by hand. There's a few, right? If you're looking at a GPHG this year, I think there was two nominees. They have the
okay,
Baron. Baron is like a like production factory.
yeah,
There are also small watchmakers, doing everything by hand. I forgot the name. Uh, the Chingan is the one. If you watch
okay.
like what's the name of the YouTuber? Swiss watch gang, right? So he also
Oh
covered.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay,
those watches are like solely made by hand, and sold for like pretty high prices. But
okay,
again, it's only three hands, so I'm not into three hands that much. So I also was I'll just take a pass. But there are also like high complications watches, right? There was like another watchmaker that making like double X tourbillon, Chinese watchmakers. So you can see the progress is quite fast. Giving another,
yeah,
let's say, 3 to 5 years, you're starting to see like hold on a second, I'll show another one. Hold on a second.
yeah,
Okay, Chinese watchmaking, right?
yeah.
This is only like $300. And this is
Okay,
look like the Jackman Cole one, selling for 3,000. And
yeah,
the
yeah.
function is also similar, right? So you press the button.
Wait, it's a minute repeater.
No, 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 no. You just roulette.
No.
You see a little ball?
Oh,
Yeah, it's a
oh, okay. I
roulette.
thought that button. Okay, okay. Oh, the camera is so it's yeah. Hang on. Let me see if I can make my screen bigger because it's very. Oh, it's a roulette. Okay, okay. I figured this out. You know what? I'm on a small. Okay, okay. I can see now. It's a
Yeah,
roulette.
yeah,
Oh
yeah.
shit. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
This
Okay,
sold
okay,
for like
okay.
how much? 3 to 500 bucks, right? Three to five
Yeah,
hundred
yeah.
bucks. So there are interesting. This is like well, Lucky Harvey, right? You know,
Okay, and
they
okay,
do a
so,
bit of yeah.
who else makes a roulette watch besides Jacob and Co? Just these guys?
I couldn't find anyone else.
Okay.
And this is the new model. This model come out like literally like a couple months ago.
Yeah, yeah. Wow, wow. Okay. All right. Wait, I want to get back to the Nautilus, right? The Nautilus discussion. I know it's very basic for you. It's kind of like, it's almost like a waste of your time, to talk about Patek Nautilus. But you were saying something, like, which was actually very interesting. It was actually kind of very insightful about kind of the market. I mean, that's what that's what kind of Patek became known for, is the Nautilus now. And that's
Correct,
so
correct.
now, so you never were you ever interested in buying one back in the day, or no?
When you first start into watches, you sort of follow what people say, right? So you say, oh, Nautilus is the best watches out there, and you should get one, this and that. And then you say, oh yeah, actually, you don't have your thoughts. You don't have a sort of when you don't have a theory, you are very easy to get influenced. And
Yes.
this is the thing that this is like psychology stuff, right? People tell you
Yes.
what is good, and you automatically think this is good, and you're trying to picture, right? Oh, this is on my race, it's great, I got my social status, isn't it?
Yes.
So
Exactly.
you got
Exactly.
brainwashed,
Propaganda. Yes.
yeah, you got
So,
brainwashed. So
but
yeah,
you
so
hold, but
yeah.
but in 2010, this wasn't. Nobody was pushing this watch in 2010. I don't think, like, this wasn't.
No,
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 yeah,
no, no, no.
it wasn't really. It wasn't on the radar even. Not really. It was kind
I
of like
mean,
a dog.
Stanley Sports wasn't really that popular.
Yeah.
um you was all the precious metal stuff in the 2000 ish, and then you're starting to see the sub getting really really hot. And I mean, sub was almost always bit, always good, right? In the people recognize, right? In Hong Kong, right? You take your first 3 months of salary by a Rolex. um Everybody wear a Rolex. But I think that's when people are not uh, satisfied with the sub. They're starting to venture into. I mean, this is the thing that, right. So when everybody have a Rolex is not considered any social status, right? You say, okay, I need
Yeah.
to find
Yeah.
something higher than the Rolex.
Yeah.
So I think that's how it started, where people say, okay, now everybody have a Rolex. I want to have a gold Rolex. Okay, what is next level for gold Rolex? You're starting to see bit of the AP Royal Oak. That's when you're starting to see the word of the Holy Trinity come out.
Yeah.
It's all about. Uh, uh, I still don't understand why people are so into the stainless steel stuff, right?
Wait,
Maybe
hold on
it's
a
more
second. Now you
durable.
have, you have, I think, two Royal Oaks, right? You got the skeleton. You had a perpetual, I think. You have a perpetual, I saw, right?
Yeah, I have the. This is the historical pieces. This is the historical pieces. 1 second. This is the 1986 or 87.
Okay.
So this
Oh
is
shit. Okay. Yeah.
this is
Oh
the
my god.
first. This is the first perpetual. This is the first serious Audemars Piguet out there, and they only produce, I think, 156 in yellow gold, and
Yeah.
very few in white gold, and I think single digit platinum. And so overall,
Okay.
everything add up about 200 pieces over, I think, over 10 years of time, because you can see that everything has to be
Yeah.
skeletonized, and it's very 19th century skeletonization. So I'll give you another example,
Oh
right?
wow, that is thin. Can you hold it up in profile? Hold that up in profile, please.
This one,
Wow.
this is thin.
Yeah,
This
that's
how thin
really
that
thin.
is. Yeah,
That's
it's
amazing. Yeah,
very
it's amazing.
it's very comfortable. So you can
Yeah.
see there are two skeleton watches. So the right hand one is the
Oh shit, that's
Tonda, the Parmigiani, right?
probably, yeah, yeah.
And then the left hand side one is yeah. I mean I should really get a better camera. The left hand side one
Yeah.
is like the AP, right? The first
Yeah.
ever perpetual. You can see the right hand one is very modern finish, right? So you can see they even adding like like a sandwich, the movement. So everything is done
Yeah.
artistically, all the chamfering, anglage, this and that. Um, so it's showing the design. The right hand side one is more on the design of the skeleton watch, and the left hand side one is more on the engraving. So it's about
Yeah.
how you can make everything, made by hand, engraving, and also make it skeletonized. You see there's a lot of engraving from the
Yeah.
back.
You know,
So
I
it's
think,
totally two design language. It's totally
yeah,
so the design language change, over in the past 20 to 30 years. Now
yeah,
it's more focused on how you design the watch, how the gear train work, where the mainspring, how you can, cover, cover the empty part, right? So Cartier also done a very good job in skeleton watches. And if you look at all the old skeleton watches, it's very much showing off, the hand making skills.
yeah.
Um, so
Y-
yeah, this is
You,
this is actually yeah. Go ahead.
this is funny. This is like you're going from okay. So this is like an encyclopedia of watches. Like whatever watch I mentioned, you pull one out, like you have one right there. So this is great. You're going from a $300. You go from like a Russian that I can't watch to the like a Grail, the Audemars Piguet Perpetual, which is and this is the factory diamond bezel. This is the fact. This is like
Actually,
skeleton. No, it's
this is
aftermarket. No,
no.
is it?
I'll show you. It is aftermarket.
Oh shit.
I I keep my factory bezel here in case I want
Oh, okay.
to sell it or swap it.
Yeah, yeah,
I mean, I always like the AP have a bit of a bling, so I have the best
yeah.
jewelry setters in Hong Kong. It look very
Okay.
good, right? You don't see.
Yeah, it looks.
I've seen
It
like
looks.
aftermarket.
Yeah, it looks
It look
great. Now,
factory.
yeah. Now, how much did it cost to do that? To do that in Hong Kong,
Uh,
the bezel.
shit, I forgot how much I spent. 100,000 Hong Kong dollar, something like
Okay,
that.
it's like what, 12 grand US roughly,
Yeah,
15
12 grand,
grand
something like
roughly.
that. Yeah, because you also
Okay,
have to make
okay.
the gold, right? You have to make the gold bezel.
Yeah,
Yeah, make the
the dime.
screw.
Yeah,
You have to
it's
shape
a lot of
diamond.
work.
So yeah, a bit of a laboring
Okay.
going on. Yeah.
And how close? By the way, how close now? So that bezel, the gold, the tone matches
Yeah,
because they made
this is
that
yellow
bezel,
gold.
right? So,
This is yellow gold. So
but
yellow gold, you don't worry about because it's either the rose gold. You need to
yeah,
really match the shade. You see, there's rose gold, the
okay,
yellow gold. Yellow gold, you don't
yeah.
really. Yellow gold is yellow
No,
gold,
but
right? Every
no,
yellow
but
gold
I
is look the
think
same.
no, but no, I think Audemars Piguet, I think their gold has a different, warmer tone than let's say Rolex yellow gold. No, I think it does.
Uh, uh, I think the
I think they
difference is
use.
very subtle. The difference is very subtle, and
Mm,
also the jeweler were also matching the
he'll know how to do it because I
matching
mean,
the.
yeah, it looks like I thought, wow, this looks factory, right? But I don't think. But again, that's an
There
interesting
was
point. This
no
is like
factory
early.
diamond.
There
Yeah, there
was
was
no
no factory
factory
diamond.
diamonds in the early '80s. Yeah, yeah.
No.
So okay, so so it's interesting. So I think like yesterday, we were doing when you hopped on, I was doing a reaction to the Archie luxury thing where that guy had like two APs, he had the chronograph, and I was saying the real watch to get if you want another AP is the perpetual calendar. That's like their best. That's like what the Royal Oak is. That's like the best of breed is the perpetual calendar. That's like their because that's in terms of the sports watches the Royal Oak Perpetual is the ultimate perpetual, I
I
think,
do
or the
agree.
ultimate
Yeah, I
watch.
do agree on that. I mean, somewhat the Nautilus is just too round for me, right? And I
Yeah.
mean, for a sport watch, right? For me, you want like angles, right? You want like look tough,
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah. Exactly.
the Royal Oak actually is I think, much better in looking than the Nautilus,
Yeah. It's a
which is
much
the reason I
more.
got the Royal Oak. I didn't get Nautilus.
Yeah, no, that's that. Okay, so yeah, so I like the octagon, right? You know, also it's got the good feng shui. You know, it's got the 8 sides, right? The octagon, right? So it's got good,
Yeah.
right? And the design I find is much more like timeless, whereas the Nautilus has got, you know, it's like a kitschy kind of gimmicky, like, oh, it's made to look like a diver's helmet or a window on a ship. It's a little bit too, I don't know, it's a little goofy. But this is, again, the perpetual calendar is the ultimate, especially the early ones, because they were very limited production. Like you said, like I think they made, how many perpetual calendars did they make up until what is it? Up until you know, the modern, like 2005. How many? Not a lot, right? I think they made,
Not a lot. They make a couple hundred. That's it. You know, these
yeah.
things like taking like a okay. It's almost like the 504 for the Patek Philippe. You know, the Lamania movement was super difficult to work with,
Hmm.
and also if you use it not really careful, you also break it. So you know, Patek Philippe was I think there was only like 200 something 5004 ever produced, and they were
Okay.
also super annoyed by you know the speed of production. So then they changed to their in-house movement for the 5204, and the production quadrupled after that. You
You're
know
getting, wait, you're getting the 5204, right?
yeah, I'm getting the
The
modern
modern.
one because they have
Okay.
the it's more durable movement.
Yeah, yeah. What
Yeah,
color
yeah, and
dial? What color dial are you getting?
I'm getting the bracelet version with a black dial.
Oh, oh
Yeah.
shit! Like what? Like rose gold?
I think yeah, it is a rose gold one. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, 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 okay. Hang on a second. Let me pull this up. Hang on. I want to look at this. I want to. Hang on. I want to get I want to get a close up. Can we get a close up of this royal oak? I mean, that's a beautiful. That is. Look, I don't need to tell you. This is probably the best looking watch we've ever had on this on this channel. Okay, how many skeletons did they make? Not a lot, right? How many did they make of the skeleton? Perpetual.
For this for okay, so the perpetual they have I think two iterations.
Yeah,
One is the first edition, starting from
yeah,
I think this they started to make serious perpetual calendar in the recovery of the quartz crisis. You know,
yeah.
or in Japan you call it quartz revolution. You know, because you're looking at different angles, right? Um, so basically, it's where the Swiss watchmaking industry forfeit. Say, okay, now I'm not going to compete on the affordable watch range. I'm going to move up, right, to do the luxury, right? So the
Mhm.
skeletonization, high complications. This is the first watch ever, starting the revival of the Swiss watch industry. Is from
Wait,
the
wait, hold on. Now, okay, so I know. Wait, that's Patek. Who started doing the first perpetual calendar, like more bigger I think it was Patek though, right? There was
It is the
their
Patek.
not the
Patek did it
yeah,
like in the 1920 or something. They have the first perpetual. Sorry, don't quote me on the date. The time.
but no,
I
but the
think in the
modern like
early 90,
post quartz. No, but
yeah.
post quartz, they did what was the 3940 was no. Hold on a second. I think Audemars
30, yeah.
Piguet their I think Audemars Piguet the dress watch perpetual was that the real first main like large scale production perpetual modern perpetual.
I think the early either is the Audemars Piguet or the Patek was from the modification of the Lamania or the Venus movement when they were still in operation. So it's they basically have to do heavy modifications. So nothing
Okay.
was in mass production until they have their own movement factory. For APs like a APRP, right? They bought from the renowned Papit, right? They have their own movement factory, and then for Patek the same stuff, right? So once they have the in-house movement, they are more in control of the production.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No.
Nothing
This
was
is
in mass
amazing. I mean,
production. Not everything was done by hand. Especially for the high compilations
yeah.
from the
I want
'90s.
to ask you, like, I would love to get So I have the date moon phase in two tone. Yeah, I'm a fan of two tone. Um, I would love, and I have a 39 a Patek 3940. You know, the perpetual. I would love to have a Royal Oak perpetual, right? And again, I can't wear the new modern size; they're just too big. But what would you say is kind of like, they made it, they're hard to get. What would you say it's a good buy these days for like sort of like a 19, what would you say is the good, is kind of the sweet spot for AP perpetual? We're talking about 19.
Uh,
Oh yeah. Oh shit, that looks so good.
yeah.
Oh shit. Yeah,
So
yeah, diamonds. Wow. Wait,
so
let's put that back. Let me
right?
bring that back. Bring that back. Bring that back. Bring that.
Okay,
Oh
okay.
wow. The diamonds make such a big difference. And you know what? On the bezel, they really like, and with the skeleton, because the diamonds, it works, it kind of, because everything glitters, right? You
Mm.
got the bracelet plays with the light. The bracelet had, the Royal Oak bracelet always had that beautiful, like, the light bounces off all the facets. You got the move your wrist. Let's see yeah,
See?
oh yeah, oh shit, yeah, like that, oh wow, yeah. And the light, yeah, it's a great look. Shit.
Yeah. So
Um,
it's still one of my favorite vintage watch out there. I mean, this is the thing. This is the thing that if you buy any modern perpetual, right? So, they done the Travis Scott, then he got arrested, and they have too many perpetual and too modern. And
uh-huh.
you better off, and the prices wasn't that big difference, right? You rather buy the vintage one, right?
The
At least
vintage.
they,
These
yeah.
are in the vintage perpetuals about, I think, hang on a second, let me look. I think they're around 100 grand roughly, ballpark for vintage.
Of what? Of what, the AP or
Yeah. The AP, the Royal Oak Perpetual.
Royal Oak Perpetual. So it really depends on the first generation will be more expensive because it's
Yeah.
rare. The second generation is where you see there's like a cross on the 12 o'clock. That I think
Hang on.
is yeah.
Okay, so I'm on Chrome. I'm doing like low to high. So okay, so first generation, you talk about 1980s, right? Early 80s.
Yeah, 9080, 9090 ish. That's
Okay.
where you have
Is this,
the
no,
no,
what is
you
this
probably
here? What is this watch? This is when was it? This is like 90s watch, no? This is like, looks like a 90s piece. I'm also, I need to have the tapisserie dial. Basic. I think I gotta have the tapisserie. Uh, okay, this
but
is it,
then
right?
if it's a
Basically,
pizzeria, then it's more on the modern era. Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's not just a silver dial, right?
86, 1986.
86. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's
I mean,
it's
there
basically,
also I remember there's also like aftermarket skeleton watches where they actually having like a vintage skeleton dial, which is a glass dial, and then they swapped by one of these
uh-huh.
by the transparent dials. And then you're having like a sort of modified and cheaper
You know
version.
what? What do you think? What do you think of this? What do you think of this watch here?
It's okay. It's subtle, right? So it's tapisserie, silvery, and perpetual. Okay, it is the 40 or 30, 39. Okay.
Yeah, 39. So this is, yeah, yellow gold. And it's got that silvery, it's sort of that silvery white modern, the more that I love this type of look, that silvery white
Mm.
dial.
Mm.
The yellow gold for
It's
me is a little bit, it's a little too much. It's a little too flashy. Uh, but it's
again, you wear like a Royal Oak Perpetual, one flashy, right? You want attention.
you know
I
which
mean,
one
if
I
you
have? I have a dual time like this. I have a yellow gold dual time, same, same design. Yellow gold, with the silvery white dial, which is 36 millimeter, I think it is 36 and a half. It's actually very comfortable for me. It's actually very comfortable.
Hmm.
But would you say? Do you think like okay? So this watch, these are about 100. Do you think this is a? Would you buy this watch? And I know you have you don't, but if you were interested in perpetual, would you buy this or would you go earlier? Because this is 2007.
It's really, I think, on your, let's say, for your budget, right? So I think for everything, we don't want to overspend, so we set a budget. And I mean, if it's within the 100,000 budget range, yeah, I think certainly. Either I'll get actually, if it is me, I might just getting the whole yellow gold dials with a yellow gold finish, right? It's I think just
Mm,
classy in that way.
okay, okay. So
Uh,
this is what is this? This is 1990
yeah,
skeleton
this is the
dial,
one I refer to. This is a aftermarket dial. This is
aftermarket dial. Okay.
not aftermarket dial. I think maybe this is a genuine dial, but they are changing they are doing like a transparent dial on um, a regular perpetual. So this is not heavily
Oh,
skeletonized. If you're looking at the
okay,
back,
okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
I see.
uh, yeah, see, it's a close back. You know,
Yeah.
close back is where they're having the regular perpetual. You know, for the
Okay.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So you sort of you're showing off this, and if you're on the race, and people say, oh, this is the first edition. $7,000 style. And then it's actually costing only 100.
Yeah. I'm thinking so basically for modern, let's say a modern perpetual, which is, like a 2007 model. I mean, which for me that's fine, right? And I like the tapisserie, but for the same price, am I better off just sticking to like the 1980s because those are, much more limited production? If you had
I
to
mean, if you
choose
have a
because it's the same
chance,
price.
you have a chance, then I would say go with again. I think first thing first is that we want to buy number one, the watch we like, and two, the watch we like also appreciate in value. The two will be a
Yeah.
bonus. Um, sometimes people say, "Oh, I'm just gonna chase after the rarest model," but if that happens to you
Yeah.
not really like it, you just say, "Oh, it's super rare," right? So you end up just putting in the box, never wear it.
Honestly, for me, I'm like, the only way I can justify like spending like real money for a watch, meaning like, I don't know, let's just say like, I don't know, over 20 grand, let's say, the only way I can really justify, because I got enough watches. I probably have, I don't know, 13 watches by now, whatever. Like, the only way I can really justify it is if I know that it has some upside potential. Now, again, I'm not saying, oh my God, it's going to go, it's going to triple in value in a year, but I
Yeah.
do want it to like, do better than inflation. It's kind of like if the watch can appreciate, let's say 7% a year, 5% a year, I'd be happy. Because then I
Okay.
can justify,
Okay.
in my head,
Okay.
like, okay, you know
Okay.
what? It's better than being in the bank. So,
Okay.
would you say
In that
this
case, I
watch?
was in that. Yeah, in that case, you definitely need a rare and like 9080 ish, because it's limited in supply. I
Hmm.
mean, okay, so in typical, let's say in investment, right? So the first thing first is the risk management,
Yeah.
and so looking at how we manage the risk is where we're looking at in what kind of the odd the price could let's say go up or go down.
Yeah. Exactly.
And
Exactly. Yeah.
in the typical case, let's say for the richer mill, right? So you say, okay, it's super limited in production, so giving a limited number of people want it with even less in supply, then the value will go up. You only need one to, let's say you only need a couple of buyer wanting
Hmm.
to have a particular model for that model price to go up. So once the model price goes up, it become the it becomes, say, the price at the time. So at that particular time, your watch will be worth that money, but only in limit of that time period. And then you will have the opportunity to sell it for profit, right? If nobody trade or the price trading down, then you'll lose that opportunity. So basically, what
Yeah.
I'm trying to say is, if you go for a rare and let's say a watch, um, your chance of having a few, let's say, player in the field wanted that particular model will be quite high, and then you have a higher opportunity um, to
Yes.
sell it
Yes.
when when somebody at some point, right? At some point,
Yeah.
maybe by opportunity, right? There will be a few people say, I just really want that first edition of Royal Oak. Kind
Okay,
of.
that's actually a very, you okay, so you articulate actually a very good philosophy. Watch investing philosophy. Basically, yeah. So essentially, if you're again in that kind of something where there's limited production, so then there's limited production, meaning there's not going to be anything coming out against you, right? You're not competing with a lot of supply, and all you need is one or two of these like kind of outlier type buyers, and that totally shifts the market, right? That's like
Yep,
and that
yep.
becomes the new benchmark. Okay, so yeah, now 2007 is kind of like, yeah. So I don't like, the thing is though, you got, again, it's the trade off. Like I don't like the earlier watches like this. It doesn't do it for me. Like I need to have the tapisserie. I gotta have a tapisserie, and I only like the tapisserie which started like 2000, that modern one, 2005 6, when they started doing this, the more brighter. Uh, I'm just now this. How do you know what the size of the production was on this kind of this era, this 2007? Is that
I mean, I think the production will be relatively high if it is not a skeleton watch, because the only reason that production was low for skeleton is that they can only do it by hand. And
aha?
if you don't show the movement, then I think the pressure on AP to polish everything will be much less, right? So it's closed case back.
Okay,
So
but this watch has open. It's got
oh,
like a little
it
bit of,
is. It's a JLC movement. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the
Um,
one I have is also JLC movement. So
Yeah, I'm fine. I have like the ones I have are all and I think actually I think that's a positive, because look, JLCs, they're like a respected
yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
watchmaker.
I have my Vacheron also in JLC movement. So I have a lot of JLC movement watches.
You have the Vacheron you have, is that a dual time?
No, I have the 90s Vacheron.
The 90s Vacheron, what is that? That's
It's the
what kind
Mercator.
of watch? Oh, okay, hang on. Oh, you're gonna show it? Hang on, let me see. Are you showing something on camera? Oh, there we go.
That's
Oh,
right.
you know what? We actually talked about this on one of the because a couple of these came up at auction in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I bought it. That's me.
Oh shit, you're the guy. Oh
Somebody was
wait.
competing with me. Yeah.
Oh
Because this is the
shit.
Hong Kong
This
returns. This is the 1997. This is the return of Hong Kong, right? So it's very
Oh,
sort of,
we
I
talked
think,
about this. We
meaningful.
have a video. Wait, we got a video. We got a video on this watch. Somewhere back in, I think, May, sometime like in March or April,
Yeah,
sometime
yeah,
around
yeah.
April, May. Was it? Okay, this is, and we talked, and I specifically said, yeah, this is okay. This commemorate the return of Hong Kong to China. This watch, right?
Correct. Yes.
And I said, yeah, this watch is going to be big. Actually, I had a guy, we were talking on it about the watch, and I said, yeah, because especially I would say in China, because that's a very, they're very proud to have Hong Kong back. It's a big, nationalist type of thing. So this, what was the price? How did the price do? How much did it go for versus the estimate?
I think estimated was like 40. I think it went up to 90.
Okay, double. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you
Yeah.
know what? If I remember, the thesis that I had was that now, Bruce, the thesis I remember I had was okay. This watch is probably going to be guys who want to look good, and for the Chinese government, they're going to compete to win this watch
Yeah.
because it's going to make them look like a
I'll
real
wear
king.
this when I report it back to China, right? With
What's
my
that?
travel watch. Hey? I'll
Oh,
wear this
I
when I'm
missed.
reporting back to the Chinese government.
Ah, yeah. Oh shit! No, no. Okay, how now? What was the production? What was the size of the production for this watch?
For this one, they only make 30 in the rose gold and 30 in the white gold. That's it. 60 pieces.
Okay,
But
is
but
30? Wait, hold on. 30, is that a good number in the like a? Is that an auspicious number? 30? Is that like?
no. I think they make 30 for all the specialized mechanics. So the Return of Hong Kong is not the only one. They did like there was a special edition for Japan. There was special edition for German. There was special edition for North
Yeah.
America. So they
No,
did a lot of
but
special editions
this one here, the Return of Hong Kong. That's like a specialized. How many of this
for
did they
China.
make in total? What's that?
This is a special edition for China, right? So they made everything Mercator special edition 30 pieces.
Total of everything. But for
No.
the China.
For
Oh,
each specialized style, they make 30 yellow gold. Sorry, 30 rose gold and 30 white gold.
for each spec. Okay, so there's 30 examples of this. Okay,
Yeah.
so okay, and this is I remember this is like a retro. Right? It was like it's like a retrograde movement or something, right? Like a retro
It's a jumping hand.
jumping. I'm sorry, jumping out. Okay,
See?
yeah. Do that again. Do it again.
So this is right hand side is a minute.
Yeah.
You see?
Oh wow, that's fast.
And then you jump to 12 o'clock. And with the 12
Yeah,
o'clock, you do the big jump back to 1 o'clock in the middle. I'll show you.
yeah,
See?
yeah.
Jump to the 1 o'clock.
Wow. How can we see the
And
back?
this is also, you see, this is a JLC movement. The
Yeah.
thin,
Wow.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
the
that's
ultra thin
okay. That's right.
movement.
You meant
Yeah.
okay. Wow. The rotor, big rotor. And what year is this? What year is this? This one is this from the Hong Kong? No, this is not from
Yeah,
99.
this is Return Hong Kong. So they issued this in the 1st of July, 1997.
Okay. Wow. So that watch is almost what? It's almost like 27 years old, 28 years
Almost
old almost.
27 years. Yeah. Oh, hold on a second. Is that 20
Okay.
or 30? 30. Yeah, 30. Yeah, almost
How many
30 years.
now how many people were competing? Was there a lot of action in the room for that watch?
Yeah, shit. It was pretty heated competition. I almost give up. Yeah.
Okay, so no, because it's interesting. I don't know. I guess it's a sensitive topic, right? Because there's some people in Hong Kong they don't want to go back to China. Some do. It's a you got it's a very it's there's both sides, right? Like a lot of but then again, how many China population who are 1.5 billion, a billion and change?
1.4 billion.
1.4, yeah. So there's a 1.4 billion, and Hong Kong is only what 20 million? 20 million, probably.
Something like that. If you plus the tourist and temporary stay, it would be more than that.
So there's a lot more, yeah. So I think that watch so I'm a fan of these type of things where there's like could be a unique demand because again, China market, a huge market, right? 1.5 billion people wanting that watch, and that's a very that's like a very very important watch. I think it's something which any real patriot will want that watch, right? So you got to have in 1.5 billion people, a lot of people who'd want it, and there's only 30 made, right? So
you only need a handful of people. This is
exactly.
Need a handful of people to push the price up. Right now, this price
exactly.
doubled.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so by the way, that was how I justified buying my Jacques Droz with a meteorite doll because they only made people. Yeah, they made 88. They made 88 of that, which is obviously it's not that little, but they made 88. So I kind of figured, okay, you know what? Worst case, because that it's for the it appeals to the Asian market, the Jacques Dro. So I figure, look, in China they got 1.5 billion people. At some point, that watch, somebody's you only need a few people to make a difference for that watch. Of course, that's completely stupid. That's not a rare
It,
watch, the Jacques Dro.
okay, so okay, for any given industry, right? So I actually have friends make home runs, selling like a face mask, right? And
Face
the
mask. Okay.
yeah, during the COVID. So
Yeah.
the typical case is that they are at the verge of shutting down the factory because it doesn't make any profit. And then they will sort of say, I just try another year. If nothing happen, we just shut down everything, right? Sell everything. They were piling on all the materials, and all of a sudden COVID hits, right? And they couldn't keep up on the production, and they make so many money, right? And then they sold the factory. They just settled for their life. And
Yeah.
when there are new people say, "Oh, this is a good opportunity that let's just make face masks because of COVID," those people lost everything. So
They came in
I think
late. Yeah, they were late to the
yeah, they
game.
came in
They
late.
were late.
So for any, let's say, watch collecting is the same series that you have to be in the market, you have to be in the industry, you have to be holding off
Early. You got to
some of
be.
the
Yeah, I think
when things take off, you will not have time to react. And
exactly. You know what's funny, Bruce? You know what's funny? Hold on. Bring your watch back up on screen because I want to tell you this is a funny story, right? So I'm involved
which
in like
one? Which one?
bring the Vashram. Bring the Vashram.
That's right.
We gotta get. I want to see if maybe maybe China will sponsor the show. We need some sponsors. We need the okay. So it's great. Yeah. Bring it up close. Bring it up close to the camera. So
Yeah, it
I'm
just go
involved
blurry.
with yeah. So okay. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So I'm like I deal with like stocks, right? Like and I always tell people, look, you got to be in it. It's like surfing, right? Like you got to be in the water, deep, far in the water, waiting for that wave. You can't for that big trend, right? Like the next big theme, whatever it is, right? Whether it's COVID, AI, whatever the hell it is, right? You got to be in it. You can't rush in after it's already moving because by then it's already you're gonna be late. You want to be in early
You'll be the
where
exit liquidity. You'll be the exit liquidity
exactly.
for the people already in.
Right, exactly, right. So that's the idea. You want to be in early where you have it's been kind of de-risked. So okay, and it's kind of the way I look at watches in a way because I have to justify it somehow. So I have to look at something where okay, it's been the price has been beaten down. Like let's say I don't know the Patek Ellipse or whatever it is, right? The price something has been beaten down, and there's not much lower it can go, and all I need is because everything is in cycles, right? Everything is like fashion, right? They come back and forth, small case, big case, all different two-tone. So, it's interesting. So, but yeah, this is cool. By the way, how is the market in China, the watch market? Like I'm talking about the
It's
mainland market.
it's shit, right? It's even worse than Japan, right? So back then, Japan was like affordable watches with a lot of variety, a lot of serious players flipping, and you can see a lot of good stuff. Now, the Chinese watch market just collapsed, right? I mean, collapse. People selling off their assets because this is the thing. This is thing with the housing market.
Yeah,
I think we're trying to avoid any political topics.
yeah,
But the housing market has fallen, and when the housing market fall, people have less perceived wealth, and
yeah.
it is everything in people's mind. People doesn't spend because they think they have less perceived wealth, and because of their house now worth, let's say, 30% less than what they pay for example, or what is the market value.
How much?
Um,
Well, you're basically you're on the ground there. How much? Like so, like I'm reading articles in the U.S. It's like I don't know what's true, what's not, but like in reality, the real estate market, like in mainlands, in the main cities like Shanghai, like the main cities like Shanghai, Beijing, whatever. How have prices for real estate fallen in those markets, or is it just like those the ghost cities? What's the
oh, okay, okay,
real
okay.
estate?
Uh, okay, so it is be grossly irresponsible to talk about as I say, the property market like a very generalized term, because
Yeah,
even in the big city there are like different suburb. They are the ghettos,
exactly.
they are
Yeah,
the
yeah.
luxury community, they are the
What
gated
do they
community.
say? All real estate is local, right? That's the expression that they say,
Yes,
right? It's all
yes. So
niche.
the prime location will still trade very strongly. What you
Okay.
see that the market is dead is where you have, let's say, high density. The this is also a typical thing in any way of trading, is that when price goes up, even the let's say property price also goes up,
Goes up. Yeah,
because
yeah,
they're trending with the market. But when things go down, the shit property will go down even further, and the
yeah,
price will collapse. And because the people that having, let's say, not so good location, not so good condition house, will have, let's say, less resilience toward, let's say,
yeah,
financial turbulence,
yeah,
compare, let's say, to the wealthy community. So in any, I'm not saying that the wealthy community housing price is not dropping, but it dropped much less than,
yeah, yeah,
let's say, the high density areas. But people were looking at the index, they say, oh, the whole market collapsed because they're like
yeah.
100,000
But
houses on
it's
sale.
like in the U.S. During the GFC, the markets that it got hit was like like Las Vegas, Phoenix. Those dropped like 75%.
Mhm.
But like mainstream market like New York, let's say Manhattan. We're talking New York. We're talking Manhattan, right? Manhattan
Yeah.
didn't, more or less, it might have dropped a little bit, 10% or whatever. It was like you said, it was resilient. LA was resilient. Miami. Those sort of more speculative or tertiary type markets definitely got hit.
And also the issue with the upper market sales is that they don't sell on the public, right? They will sell behind the closed door, and they will sell through agent, buyer agent, or seller agent. They will let's say change hand on the property off the market. So
Yeah,
a lot of the liquidity, the prices is not transparent. So this is a typical thing with statistics, right? So
yeah,
you can't really believe the statistics. um, you believe a portion of it, but not the whole thing, right? So I think the Chinese property market will continue to drop because the price was just so high. But
mm,
it will hit at some sort of bottom and consolidate, and then either go up or go down. But again, looking at the birth rate, it doesn't look good. The whole world birth
yeah,
rate is shit.
yeah,
So you're probably looking at the property. We consider from the Japan market, right? So you go into
yeah.
Japan, Tokyo, everything's good. Ginza, everything's great. But if you're going to Izu Island, outskirt of the Tokyo area, the metropolitan Tokyo area, you're starting
Uh-huh.
to see abandoned house. You're starting to see like really really population in a village only like 100. A lot of old people, no young people. This is the same thing, right? This same thing, right? So
I have, I've
the
seen this. I've seen this on YouTube. The guy saying, "Yeah, I bought this house in Japan for $20,000, or I got it for free."
yeah,
I don't know. So that's actually happening.
it is actually happening, and I actually checked the market there. So you can buy like a temple, you can buy like a abandoned house, because there was like inherent tax, something like that. Um, so people don't want to inherit their parents' house, and the house was just sitting there rotting. Um,
Wow.
yeah. So the issue is that all the house will require a lot of work, because in Japan they don't really build a house in concrete; they build a house in like a timber, and the timber will rot. You have termite issue,
Yeah.
this and that. It's a lot of maintenance work.
And I
Um,
think also, I think, like from what I understand, like they don't like to buy, I think in Asia in general, they don't like to buy used houses. They like to buy new, right? They want to buy
the
new piece. They don't
mentality
like to
have to
buy.
shift. The mentality
Yeah.
will shift. The old mentality is that newer is always better. And
Uh,
but now I think people get more practical. So more people will say,
okay.
second hand house, why not, right? So the much better
I,
price.
I
So
I think yeah, I like old. I mean, I guess it's
it
different,
just
but
Yeah, it just people become more rational than before. And
Yeah.
before is yeah, you know.
Okay. Very interesting. So the watch. Okay. So in terms of, because the China market was responsible for a big part of the watch market, right? I mean, the Chinese buyer, the main. I'm talking the mainland. The mainland
Mhm.
was really driving the market for a while. No, that's like a big.
Right. Yeah, now the mainland China, if you're looking at the latest report, I think the sell figure collapsed for Richmond Group, and I think by
Hmm.
40 something percent.
Hmm.
Um, I mean, again, this is expected because the tax is so high and the cost of running the business is so high. So the mainland China buyer rather go travel to Japan or buy watch in Hong Kong secondhand versus buying brand
Yeah.
new.
But
Because
are the mainland buyers buying, or are they kind of they're sitting on their hands right now, right? They're not kind of. I think they're kind of what they're kind of.
okay, I think that market become very much more idle, but the secondary market is still okay-ish.
Ah,
So basically now is where all the secondary watch dealer are marketing like, oh, the market, the watch market collapsed. This is the
the
best
watch market is
price.
dead.
Yeah. Same logic, right? So there are like, there's a lot of dealer basically saying that and say, oh, just get it when it was low price and limit in supply, this and that. So the certainly the market become more, let's say, cool down and rationalized, rather than
Hmm.
before. It's like, oh, everything is emotional, FOMO.
Yeah.
Now, where you have like real collectors, and the market become more diverse because you have
Yeah.
now the national watch, the Chinese watchmakers now, the Baron,
Yeah.
the Lucky Harvey. There's a few out there, right? So people say, okay, why not buying affordable, Chinese made watches versus like
But
expensive,
this, but in terms of, I would say, look, in terms of like the watch market being dead, it's not true, because obviously, look, there's like, in terms of vintage stuff, like the Vacheron you bought, it sold for, double the estimate. I don't know what was the retail price in that when it came out. I don't know what it was. Probably like not a lot. I think
not a lot, not a lot.
maybe
Back in
not a
'90s,
lot.
not expensive.
Yeah. So,
But again,
but even now, like, but you see
yeah, go
Patek
ahead.
moving, like the 30. The Nautilus is not going. The Nautilus that we started talking about on the show, which was that 3700. That's been relatively stable in the last year. I mean, it hasn't really moved. Or the 3800. They have,
Okay,
these things are having.
going back to the property logic, right? So the people in wealth will not be hurried to sell. If I'm,
Yeah.
let's say having a Rolex, I'm short on cash. I'll just pawn it, right? Or I was selling at low prices. But
Yeah.
let's say if I'm selling my restaurant, I'll just put $100,000. Take it or leave it because there's no supply on the market. You
Yeah.
want to buy it? This is only one, right? You pay the price. Otherwise, beat it, right? So I let's say I'll be more willing to charge a higher price, just sitting there for maybe a year or 2 years until somebody really want it. So you can see the price is not the listing price is not the sold price, right?
Yeah.
If I'm, so I can list it for 100,000, and then I can negotiate and say, okay, I'll settle for 70 for something like that. But everybody will see, okay, listing for 100. That will be if they have a second one want to sell, they will be listed, let's say 90, 99,000, for example.
Okay.
So for this in liquid commodity with less supply and catering to, let's say, the wealthy community, uh, the listed price will never be let's say uh, fall from the cliff.
Do you ever sell your watches? Like, for example, let's say this Vacheron, would you ever sell it? Or like, what's your kind of holding, I was going to ask, like, in terms of your collecting philosophy, right? Like, are you basically just, do you kind of like move on to things? Do you buy, you don't care about the upside, right? You mentioned that you're
No.
not in it to make money.
I do sell. I think I sold. I think I did a bit of a clearance. I sold like 20 something watches early of this year. Just handball it to the watch dealers. That just sell it for me. Um, I think once the watch grow a bit old on me, again, if it become no longer interesting, then I'll sell it. Right, I find something more interesting. So for whatever I'm holding, I'm finding that particularly interesting for now. Right.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
So as long as it speaks to you, you keep it. Basically, as
correct.
long as you're still in, there's an attraction, and then at some point it may or may go away. Right. That's basically the idea. You may lose interest at some point. You find something
Yeah,
else
yeah.
more interesting. Okay.
You
Okay.
could lose
So
interest overnight, right? I have a few watches. I say, oh, I really really like it. Let's say a couple of years ago, and then now looking at it, I say, it's not that appealing to me. Then I sell it.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, that's that's funny. All right. Well, now back to the Nautilus, right? That we're talking about. What's your you had a comment on it, which was interesting. So do you think that the Nautilus do you have an opinion on this? The Nautilus, the vintage. Do you think that's gonna go higher, or what's your kind of outlook for the
Okay.
Nautilus
Okay. So
vintage?
in any of the let's say trading series, right? So you always want to buy or even horse bettings, right? Let's use the horse betting,
Yeah,
for analogy. You want to pick the strongest horse,
yeah.
and if the horse perform quite well, let's say a few sessions back, you will say, okay, I'll pick the strongest. So, in my opinion, although I don't like the Nautilus, but it will still be the most well-known and most, I think, strong contender when, let's say, the next bull market for watch coming. And I would say the Nautilus will be the first to react on pricings because
Oh, really?
just so because it's so well known by everybody. One,
Yeah.
and it have sufficient liquidity out there because the issue with
Yes.
with all the independent watches, right? You're looking at my
That's right.
Patek.
This is
uh
yeah.
it will disappear. If I put it
Yeah.
on the market, it will disappear maybe the second day or the third day, and then people will never know about it. You
Yes.
really need to have a certain number of liquidity in order
Exactly.
for
Yeah.
you to liquidize and do the price discovery. And then people looking
And,
at price charts, oh, the price keep pushing up, and just buy before it's
yes.
too late.
And the
So
more you need a certain amount of watches out there because that gets the people interested, right? That creates more
it's a
people. The more
visibility.
people know about it, yeah, the
It's a
more they know about
visibility.
it, that it
So
exists.
not only that, you need to have the visible in people's mind. Say, okay, I know Nautilus. It performed really well from the last bull cycle. You also need the visibility on the market where you have a plenty of Nautilus for people to choose, because sometimes the power to choose and compare is very important in the user buying experience, because they say, okay, I'm now finding the best deal. The best deal is about the best deal, um, and it gives them the comfort. Because if you don't have one, you say, oh, what happened to this watch? It's not working, this and that, and also not enough liquidity. So you really need to have a well-known brand of a well-known model with enough watches out there in circulation and in various of conditions where people
Yeah.
can mentally think they're getting the good deal, right? It doesn't matter if it's a good or bad deal, right? So if
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
believe it's a good deal, it is a good deal.
Yes. It's exactly, I always use them. It's exactly like the art market. You need it's not about an artist. Oh my God, he only did a few. No, you want a guy who did has a large body of work. Hopefully, it's all quality, and the more that's out there that people can see, that's more becomes well known. That again, you have the transact like Picasso. He did I think 10,000 paintings. That's a lot of. I mean, a lot. He did a lot of paintings.
Hmm.
No, maybe not 10,000. But he did. There's at least 10,000 unique pieces he did. Between drawings, paintings, but thousands of paintings. So maybe 4,000 paintings he made. So he became a blue chip because of that. Whereas is he the best artist? Maybe, probably not. But there's where somebody maybe of that quality that did less work is not going to get a strong market because of that.
Mm.
That's a very good point. Now, so the Patek Nautilus. Now, do you think that when the market bull market, the watch bull market. Do you think there will be another watch bull market, and when will that be?
Uh, Currently, I don't see any possibility in any foreseeable future, just because that for a real bull market to come in, you really need a lot of money, right? And you really need people to believe that they are living in a the future is bright. The issue with bull market is that people have to believe the future is bright. I'm going to make a lot of money in the future, so that they will spend now. But looking at current condition, there's war everywhere, economy is shit. um, so you don't see that unless there's another COVID, right? So just government just helicopter money, which you probably will not see again very soon. Unless that happened, you don't really see any
Okay. But hold on a
possibility.
second. Is there, when you say bull market, okay, so bull market was like, okay, what we saw with COVID, that was an outlier. That's not a real, that's
Correct.
an
Yeah.
outlier event. But like a real bull market, I would say something like, now what's interesting is the watch market is actually it's new. It's a relatively new thing. It's only been around since like the 80s. Realistically, the collector market, the real, like the first real auctions were in the 80s. I mean, excuse me, not the 80s, the almost like 1990, like late 1980s, right? There was no real,
That
there wasn't real collecting, right? So it's hard to, but I would think so. The thesis that I have is that, because of what happened in the last couple of years, there's a lot of information on watches. So all of a sudden, you have a whole bunch of new collectors that have entered the market, and who are buying these like things like independent. There's a whole new audience, Instagram, everything else. There's a whole new potential audience of buyers. Now, I don't think we're going to see like crazy where things are going to, but there's going to be like just things moving along where there's going to be sub markets that are going to have big pops like a Cartier crash. These different themes, but there's not it's not going to be like a rising tide lifts all boats where like everything, all the shit will go up also like double. Like Rolex, I don't know, Rolex Datejust are all going to double in a year. I don't think that's going to happen in any foreseeable time.
I
You know,
think the watch market gonna get more diverse because all the
yeah,
indies or micro
diversity.
brands show up.
Yeah,
So you will see the collector also become more sort of focusing on maybe a few brand, let's say they
yeah,
like. So it's basically diluting the whole market. Instead of everybody
okay,
buying Rolex, pushing the price of a sub or GMT up. Now people
yeah,
buying micro brand this and that. So
yeah.
uh,
Like
in any
you
of the market.
basically, you're an example. I think you're an example of kind of like a collector. So I mean, like obviously you're like a much more advanced, but basically you're the example of a guy who started with Rolex or whatever it was, right? And then all of a sudden, you really discovered new interests, and all of a sudden you're in all these different areas.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
mean,
kind of like,
take about 5 to 10 years. You're gradually finding what you like. So it's not like
yeah,
instantly it's I'm jumping from like a Rolex to like an indie brand or micro brand, independent brand. So I think people have to shift. I mean, eventually people maybe say, just like there are many of collectors out there that I just love Patek, right? That's it. I'm only collecting
yeah.
Patek, and also is you get instant liquidity if you want to sell it, right? So if I'm selling my independent watch, it's probably going to stuck there for years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's tough. By the way,
Yeah.
what's your take on modern Patek? Are you like what do you how do you feel about like the let's say modern production Patek, the stuff being made in the last, like, I don't know, 5 years? Do you see like do you like what they're doing? Like these bigger
No,
sizes? This No, you don't like it.
no, 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 no. I think this is the thing with Swiss watch industry is that getting too comfortable with where they are, and they're starting to lose on I think what
Innovation.
made them. I
Yeah.
mean, back then it was like really, getting to the details, a lot of hands finishing, a lot of laboring, get into
Yeah.
this. And now they just become, I think, mass production items,
Yeah.
and they
So
put
this
less effort.
is Yeah, so it's interesting because I did a video on this and the thesis I had, and again, I'm a Patek fan. Like, I mean, I have like probably a 4 or 5, right? And my biggest one is like the 3940. I got a travel time, and then I like their dress watches. I like the vintage 19 60s 70s. I love those designs, thin, small. But I look at the modern collection and I'm like, wow, you know what? I find this either they're too big, they're just not like they're not special. There's not I don't see like anything really that special with these guys. Like and the one I had was I had that what is it? The and this is what bothers me. Like I look at the watches, hang on, view tab. Okay. Okay. So I look at the watches and I'm like, I don't know, they're like something is always off, like for me. Like they're too like this over here. Like I don't understand. Well, for you, you
It's
probably like
ugly.
this.
No, this is ugly.
You oh yeah,
This
really?
is
No,
ugly as fuck. Right?
but it's special. It's unique. Isn't this unique? Isn't this different?
Uh,
I thought you liked that.
I mean, you
No?
tell that to the special kid in the family. Oh, you unique, right? You special. But
Oh shit. No, but this is no that watch is I think it was kind of like a hot watch. And I find like it looks like a Frankenstein. It's got these bolts coming out of its head, like it's like this stuff is and even this. Okay, so this watch, which is like I think it's like $1 million, right? This
yeah,
watch.
this is the mid repeater, tourbillon.
Yeah.
The hand is
To me
ugly.
this is ugly. Yeah, I did a video. I said this is ugly. The case is ugly. Like what the fuck is this? The design is like um it just doesn't and
I think
they have the money.
I
They have
think
the money to get in good designers.
okay. I have a theory in this, right? I have a theory. So you're looking at the JLC, Patek, all the let's say big brand. Their watches are designed by human, right? They're gonna be some sort of a designer, architect, sitting behind the desk,
Mhm.
drawing up, designing the mechanism. So everything's done by human, and when it's done by human, if this person, let's say, leave the company, and you just lost your intellectual asset, and I think where we're looking at is because independent brand become all of a sudden very popular. I think a lot of these watch designers will say, I might just start my own brand, right? We're working
Aha.
for. I know a few watchmaker right from Patek or Vacheron. They quit, and they now taking like a contract works for independent watchers. And
Aha.
then you're looking at all the big brands when they're losing the best people in the trade, their design become a bit of regurgitated shit. They're
Oh.
just doing re-edition, remodeling of the old model because they
Yeah, I
lost the
hate
edge
that.
of innovation.
This is what bothers me. I hate that what's going on where these guys they run out of idea. The whole idea is this is like supposed to be innovation, right? And all these guys are just doing reissues or some sort of like, it's inspired by whatever bullshit. There's no innovation here. It's look at this. What do you think of this watch that's on the screen? This what is it? This is the annual calendar, I think. What is it? This is the
It
perpetual.
just doesn't appeal to me. It just doesn't appeal. This is the GMT
Yeah,
annual. I think the GMT with the home and local
yeah.
indices.
What
Indicators.
now? Tell me, you explain to me what don't you like about that design? What bothers you about this design?
I think now, okay, I can understand Patek trying to do this like a side profile thing, with
Yeah,
the sandblast finish on the dials. It's
yeah,
all trying to please to the younger audience, but the issue is the younger
yeah.
audience that they can't fucking afford a Patek Philippe, and this is a typical case also with automobile gate. Is that it's okay? Let's just make it more sportier, appeal younger to the younger audience. But the fact is that they can't afford it. And when the let's say people, the older right generation looking at this, it's not classy enough. So they now in
Yeah,
a very, they now in predicament of they don't understand who is their audience. For any brand to grow, they definitely need to appeal to the younger audience. But the younger audience doesn't have the buying power. So an old collector pretty much have collect everything. They will say, all right, that's it for me, right? Or I'm just buying vintage. So they are stuck. They cannot find their buyers. Back then it was easy, right? So the Asian market, right, just make things for Asian market easy. But now Asian
yeah.
market start moving. They are trying to figure out who am I gonna sell the watch to. I
It's
don't think
but
they
hold
figure out
on, but
that
wait.
question.
But it seems to me, right? Like, okay, so I agree with what you're saying, right? Like, I find their designs, like, I find to be very, it's a lazy design because it's sort of like trying to like copy some vintage elements. But this watch, they're using like these kind of vintage elements with a kind of like a modern sort of modern. It's a mix. It's like a whole mess of different design elements. It's like,
Mhm.
um, it's a whole and it's too big. I find these size they're like what is this like a
That's 42.
40? Yeah, they're just too big. I always think Patek is supposed to be about elegance, right? It's all about elegance. It's historically right. It's always about like elegant design.
Okay.
Uh,
I I think the issue with that is that for any of the corporate decision, right? The corporate decision are lag behind. For people to get the data, for people to report the data, for the board to make the decision,
yeah,
and for the decision to be implemented, it's taking like a year or 2 years.
yeah,
And they probably getting the report back in 2018. I was like, oh, big watches, everything, and then started, oh, let's make big watches, and then they need to change the factory. They need to maybe buy
yeah.
new machineries. Having another production line. By the time they prepare everything, the trend changed to smarter watches. But um, then now they stuck, right? They stuck with like a big watches designs.
Yeah, yeah, and I think so. So this is what I'm worried about. So I'm concerned that because they're going to kind of damage their brand with doing shit like this. What is this over here? This whatever this is. This no, it's gonna damage their reputation, and that's gonna
Uh,
trickle down to the pieces that are classic, like the 3940s, all the old stuff. It might damage the brand for a generation. I don't know. Is there a
mm,
risk of that happening or no?
okay, okay. Because we like watch, we buy watch, we hold watch, we talk watches. Watch is still a very small part of people's life, and
Yeah,
you're looking at the past. Let's say if we say, oh, the history of watch is only a couple hundred years of history. So Patek Philippe become somewhat popular. I think Patek Philippe was sold to Patek was sold to like Philippe,
Stern,
something like
Stern,
that.
yeah.
Yeah. So would that happen like 100 years ago? Something it's only 100 years, right? So yes, 100 years,
1930s. I think it was
1930.
1930s,
Okay,
sometime
less than 100
40.
years,
Yeah,
right? So the brand is only popular in the last, let's say, 30 something, 40 years, 50 years.
yeah,
So
exactly. It's only
the
probably
brand
since
is
when? Since
insignificant.
maybe
Although
yeah,
it's say, oh, the top brand in the world is that, but the brand is not significant in the history, right? So in the history, we have a lot of famous watchmakers there, famous brand. Then they dead, and then they got restructured by Richemont, for
mhm,
example. So
yeah,
maybe 200 years later, there will be a revival on the Patek Philippe, right? Because now we are looking at the revival of Universal Genève. We see revival of Urban Jorgensen. We've seen revival of I think what's it called, Vulcan, something like that. So all the old brand have like glory history, and then somebody did it something wrong or got hit by financial crisis. There are so many independent watches went
yeah,
bankrupted in 2008, right? So the brand could just vanish very, very quickly.
Really? Do you
And
you think there's a risk? You think there's a risk that Patek could vanish?
of course, because it's a company. If it's a company, companies like human, it have a lifespans,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
So
But no,
so
but this
so
is such a but these days there's just so much money out there to buy a brand. Like it's a very strong brand. I mean, I don't think I actually don't think there's a risk of them going bankrupt, but I think there's a risk of the brand losing a lot of like it could become like
it's
it's
like
almost like what
Longines,
happened
right?
to Gucci. Remember Gucci like in the it was like a prestige brand in the
Yeah.
1960s or 70s, and then in the 80s, and then sometime in the 90s or 80s they kind of did too much production or whatever, and it became like garbage basically, like for 20 years. It's garbage until it was revived, and it became very hot.
I mean,
But that could
Longines
happen.
was the typical case, right? Longines was regarded
Yeah,
as like, yeah, like a very renowned brand, and then now
yeah,
become like an airport brand, for example. Um,
yeah.
but what I'm saying is that there's risk for everything. There's a risk that the stock market will collapse, right? So there's risk for everything. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but I'm just saying that it is possible. Um, at some
What do
point
you think?
in
Okay, so what's the probability that what's possible, what percentage wise, what would you say is the percentage risk that Patek gets because of the current modern production, it damages their brand, and it just kind of
okay,
trashes the
okay,
brand for 10 years. What do you think the risk
okay.
is percentage?
It's not about Patek doing something wrong themselves. I don't think they're gonna do something wrong themselves that drastically damage the brand. It is about how, let's say, the independent watches, eating their breakfast or eating their
Oh,
lunch, right? It's
I
more about
see.
the Patek collector become more diverse,
Moving
and
on, the Patek
yeah,
collector
yeah,
is
yeah.
going to move on, you're saying. Yeah, yeah,
They will find something more interesting, right? So, there's a Grand Chime doesn't really appeal to me. For the same price, I can buy like a 10 independent watches, right? So
yeah.
it's about the brand, because I think the Protect brand have too much on its shoulder. It is not supposed to be, you know, the brand, right? It should
Yeah.
be just the brand, right? Just another brand, for example. So I think it's just now going back to normal for Patek Philippe, where it holds its place in, let's say, the quote
Okay.
unquote Holy Trinity, but the market share will certainly shrink because there are so many contenders out there offering much better design and lower price and more personalized experience.
Okay.
Where
Okay.
we're looking at the market shrink a little bit because of the
So,
slow
okay.
financial conditions.
So let's say, okay, so basically, Patek had this kind of reputation of, okay, that's like the Rolls Royce of watches. But I think, okay, so what you're saying is actually very interesting. So the serious watch collector. I'm not talking about the guy who's like, buying, not the guy like you. You're like very like, ultra serious, like you're into like unique, very unique stuff. But I'm saying like the guy who might have been a Patek buyer, 20. It's hard to actually say that because it's different, but there's so much different information out there. But, the guy who's basically, he wants to have a unique, serious watch, and he wants to spend like, I don't know, let's say, I don't know, was it 30,000, 50,000, whatever that number is. Um, so they're no longer going to buy Patek. They're going to go to something different, more unique.
Oh,
In other words,
okay, okay. So let me rephrase what I mean, right? So what I'm trying to say is, the watch buyer, the serious watch buyer, maybe shift to other watchmakers,
yeah,
because one, watchmaker can start their own brand easily, um, and then this will make Patek losing a lot of its own talented
yeah.
watchmakers, and leading
Ooh,
to the top model become less competitive. And when you're looking at, say, BMW or Mercedes Benz, it's not about their cash cow is not for their S class or G wagons, or the what is for the BMW. The top model is only for the brand image. they're still selling their 330 the most, and
Yeah.
that is the bread and butter, right? So for Patek, it's more like their Calatrava or Nautilus gonna be their cash cow.
Uh-huh.
But
Yeah.
when they starting to lose the most serious collector praising Patek Philippe, because those people are gonna be more vocal. Now they are talking maybe on independent watches on the buyer side,
Yeah.
and on their production side, they are losing the most talented people to making the most outrageous watch. They are gonna take a hit gradually over
Okay.
time on their brand image. Looking at all their new release, and I said, "What the fuck is this?" Right? So nothing appealed to me. So over time, people were starting to not see Patek as the undefeated, watchmaker
Yeah.
out there.
Is it kind
And
of, do you think it's kind of like FP Journe has kind of like become the new Patek? Like FP Journe is kind of, it's a dress watch. It has that whole, vibe,
I
and it's
think
considered,
FP Drum will be a very, very strong contender, but it still certainly doesn't cater the same audience for Patek Philippe.
no.
You know, Patek Philippe, you still need to have your bread and butter. You need to have, I don't know how many people working for Patek Philippe, but you need to pay a lot of on the salary, and to pay a lot of on the factory, and then there's a lot of bill to pay, right? They need to make a lot of money to stay afloat. But for
Yeah.
FP Drum, have their watch studio, is very much manageable, right? You have a handful of people servicing a handful of collectors, and that's about it, right? So it's different. You look at on one side is a corporate structure, and the other side is more like a friend and family type of structure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe going to a corporate. I don't know about IP drone, but um, I mean, with enough money, everything can change, right? With enough capital behind IP drone, it could become next Patek Philippe. I'm not saying it cannot, right? But the
Yeah.
whole strategy will change. Will say, okay, get into mass production. Let's make some, high profit watches model. This is the typical case going back to yesterday, the Frank Muller one, right? Frank Muller makes so much
Yeah.
money on ETA movement, and then he just settled, right? So, so you need. This is a very slow process.
What,
Over time, Patek
okay.
Philippe
So
will. Yeah.
what do you think of this brand? You know this brand, Simone Brett? Have you seen this watch?
Yeah, yeah, I saw it. But again, I sort of started to lose interest on all the three hands, although it's a kilometer.
Oh,
But
yeah.
I starting to lose a bit of interest because yes, you're looking at handmade, the special
Yeah.
made dials and exposed gear train. I think this is the double impulse chronometry. Um,
Okay.
but there are other similar things, right? You have Derek Pratt, you have
Okay.
Literal also making the double impulse, and also you have Charles Folsam also making this type of watches. So it's certainly not 100% unique technique out there, but it, it it have the market like it, right? So you win the GPHG, I think, and then people
Yeah.
follow the trend, order the watches that you need have your own audience.
Yeah.
And for Simon Brad, he only need a handful of them, right? So maybe 20 or 30 of them. That's enough.
Now this, okay, so I like it because I'm about the look, but you basically, you need to have, you don't really care that much about the look. You want something that's a very unique, just something that's a
Something
unique
has to be
movement.
unique.
So,
Yeah, something.
yeah, it's got to be something. Yeah, yeah. You need, okay. So it's not about the looks. You want to have like some unique complication, something crazy. That's what you need. That's basically your thing.
Oh, and
It's got to have
also
that.
the dial have to have
Yeah,
to talk to me, right? This dial I'm looking at, it's okay-ish, but again, it doesn't. It's
it's
not
not. I
that
mean,
special.
it's not like. Yeah, I see. Okay, it's not like something out of this world, basically. Okay, I mean, I love the quality, the whole thing. I mean, again, I'm not a buyer of this, but I mean, I appreciate it. Okay, you
I
know what, Bruce?
Yeah,
I wanna. I know you. I wanna kind of. I know you're gonna be busy, so I wanna wrap it up. But
yeah,
I
yeah.
wanna
Probably
actually
gonna run
close
away.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to close out. I want to close out on one last topic with you. I want to get your thoughts on. Hang on, I want to pull this up. Uh, Hang on, I want to get your thought. By the way, you're going to be getting the Patek 5204. That's a modern watch. You're getting a modern Patek, though, right? You're getting the
It's 2015, so it is relatively modern. Yes.
yeah.
But I think in
Okay, hang on a second.
2015 they haven't lost it. I think now the Patek
Yeah,
Philippe new model
no,
just lost it, completely lost it.
right. I think they basically lost it in the last, let's call it 2020, sort of like 2019, 2018, around that time. Something like around 2018, maybe,
Yeah.
no? Like around kind of something around
2018 the market is shit. Looking at roughly 2020, the whole market just take off.
okay. And then they got lazy basically.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe lose a bunch of watchmakers. I know I have like another watch basically made by a guy departing from Patek Philippe.
Okay. You know what? We're gonna do last topic, Jacques Droz. So these guys, they're doing now, they pivoted to doing this, bespoke basically, or like,
Yeah.
really so this is right up your alley, no? Like now they're doing, I mean, I'm sorry, no, it's wrong because they don't have. You need to have like some sort of complication. So basically, but they're
Look, I mean, I think if you like it or doesn't like it's very personal thing, right? So you can looking at a simple dial and say, yeah, I like it, So everything is first impression. So if you
okay.
like it, first love in the sight, normally it work for you. If you're trying to rationalize something, say, oh, after some study, I like it. You probably don't like it.
Okay,
So
hold on. What about this? What about this? This is
the
this is
dragon
an
one,
this
right?
is
The mini repeater.
yeah. Hold on. Let's see what they have there. Lapis. That's a real dragon. Wow. Wow.
Mm.
Okay. What do you think of that? Is that unique enough for you?
I don't know. I mean, it for one, it doesn't talk to me. I know
Okay.
it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but somewhat it just doesn't appeal to me.
Yeah. It's got to.
If I'm choosing between this one and the bird, I'm probably going to pick the bird.
Yeah. Okay. So okay, but does Jacques Dro have that kind of? You think they're going to do well with this? These kind of bespoke pieces and all that with this direction?
Uh, I think they're gonna try something new. I mean, I can understand that they trying to contract on their production, so meaning that they're probably gonna cut 80% of their staff and leaving only a few watchmakers, and
Hmm.
each watch is probably gonna make a lot of money, and that'll be enough. So it's a this model. Uh, Work either ways, right? If they don't get any order, they're probably going to be in big trouble. But
Okay.
if they get like a handful of orders, and they'll be making great profit because they have reduced their overhead so much, right? I think
Yeah.
they must done some internal calculation and say, okay, now we have these special orders and we don't move on our mass production models, right? So I think it's a corporate decision. Um,
Okay.
um, and but again, on the watches, I don't, those dragon figure thing, right? Yeah, it just doesn't talk to me.
No. What do you think? Okay. What do you think I should do with my watch, my Jacques Dro meteorite dial? You think I should? Because I don't wear it that much. I kind of like, it's
That's
a little
42,
bit.
right?
What's that?
Is that 42?
No, it's a 37. It's a 37.
Okay.
It's a
That's then wearable. Yeah.
37. And hang on a second. Let me look here. You think I should? So do you think that has any upside, or should I just try to sell it, get out of, get my money out of it, try to get as much whatever I can get?
Okay.
The
I could
meteorite is
find
beautiful.
my
It's
own
like,
personal opinion. My own personal opinion is that for jacket draw of this type of brand, you buy just to please yourself, because you
yeah,
will know that it's very difficult to move in the secondary market. For anything that we discuss this, right? So for anything, for if the market take off, right, the jacket draw going to be the last increase in price, because you're just going to follow the market. You're not going to lead the
yeah,
market. What's going to lead the market is the Nautilus. Although I hate Nautilus, but you cannot deny that you're going to lead the market because it's so popular. In terms of trading, you probably want to list it and get it sold, but you're probably going to take months or years to get it sold in good price. And
months,
and and
months or years. Oh shit, that's
I don't know.
terrible.
I'm just saying, right? So, but for the sake of pleasing yourself, or just
Yeah,
wearing it. I mean, again, why not just trying to enjoy it, right? So
that's
so it's
that's
different. It's different analogy. Sorry, different mentality.
yeah.
What you want to
That's
do
the
with it,
watch,
what
by
it.
the way. That's my watch right there.
So
So
it's good. I mean, it's good.
you know
For
what?
that
You know what
aspect.
got me? I'll tell you why I bought the watch. I was, I wasn't really that interested in Jacques. I mean, I kind of heard about this. I bought this, what, 2 years ago. I was kind of intrigued, but I was not going to buy. But I was looking for a meteorite dial. I wanted a Rolex day date meteorite dial, right? The day date with the baguette markers, and the prices went. They were going crazy 2 years ago. It
Yeah.
was like 80 grand for like a $50,000 retail watch. I'm not paying 80. I'm not going to pay over list for that. I don't believe that, right? And I couldn't find one, and I just happened to be walking into I stumbled into what is it, the store, the boutique, and shit, it was meteorite, and the meteorite looked so good. I kind of got sucked. The meteorite really is good. I mean, the meteorite is really strong. Look at that. The meteorite, it's
Mm.
like, I mean, in the rose gold, it's beautiful. To me, it is anyway. Whatever. It spoke to me, right? The meteorite just sucked me in, and I got a discount, because it was like, I think I paid like about 16 grand for it, roughly.
Yeah,
So
it's not bad price. I mean, I at
it's not,
one point I was also looking at this particular model because I was also wanted to get a meteorite dial, and I can't just because I already have a Rolex. I don't want to buy the Rolex meteorite. So I'm thinking, okay, what is the alternative meteorite? And then I also was looking at this particular model, um, and but I didn't pull the trigger, right? So I let it sit in my what wish list for like a month. Or is it? Do I really want it? No complication, just mirror dial. We're gonna grow
yeah,
old on it.
yeah, yeah,
I would say I'll delete that from my wish list.
yeah. Wait, are you this particular model? This is the one you were looking at? This
Yeah.
exact one. This exact one. Wow. Okay. So the thing that bothers me is it has a it's got the hour, the hour and minutes up top, right? Then you got the grand seconds, which I don't give a shit about, but it's got a date. So it's got the date, which I like. The problem is the date, the numbers they're so small, right? And it's hard for me to read them, because you get older, it's
Yeah.
hard to see up close. With I'm wearing a contact lens, it's hard to see the numbers. So it's like, yeah. So it kind of and it's a little bit. The case is a little bit big. I like a thin case. This is a little bit. It's a little bit of a heavy case, which I guess is okay. But so yeah, I'm thinking of maybe I should just sell it. In other words, you don't see any upside for Jacques Dro at this point. In other words, like, because I thought, okay, it's 88 pieces, limited edition. Hopefully the China economy comes back. They're gonna start
Okay.
buying this.
The
You know.
Chinese buyer don't really care about jacket draw, right? So
Okay.
they are mainly in the mainstream, Rolex or Patek Philippe.
Yeah.
That's it, right? You're looking at this is two watches moving still quite strongly, right, on the secondary market in China. So for this like a very niche brand, yeah, they market themselves, have a very strong Chinese history. You know, same with Beauvais. But you're looking at the
Right.
secondary, nobody cares.
Yeah. That because that's the story, right? That was the whole. All these
Yeah,
guys think that's the stories. Okay, they sold automatons to the Emperor of China. 300 years ago or something. That was their big,
yeah, that's the
claim to
first sale,
fame.
last sale.
Yeah, that's right. So this is that's fun for a sec. So now I'm worried because if they start doing the bespoke, maybe the reputation is kind of less people will know about. It's going to go away. There's not going to be the boutiques anymore. So it's going to dry up, and that there goes my exit at this point. And maybe I'm kind of
Okay,
I'm in the Roach Motel now.
the watch market will be less responsive to all these type of changes, compared, let's say, to the stock market, for example. So you're
Yeah.
looking at some of their decisions, they're probably going to translate into price action maybe 5-10 years later, right? So
Okay.
maybe the I think moving to the bespoke is a good thing, right? They have a much higher brand, a perceived
Yeah,
image.
so that's the
Uh,
other thing, right? So that's because all of a sudden now it's a prestige product. So if you want a Jacques Dro now, you got to pay a couple $100,000.
yeah, but
So
again, there are a lot of watches out there in stock. The whole market have to
yeah,
digest. Either they got
right.
destroyed, certainly price gonna go up. Either in war or a catastrophe. This happened to all the watches, right? If there is some sort of earthquake happened around the world, a lot of the watch museum collapse, this and that, watch factory fall apart. Yes, you're gonna look at, oh yeah, my watch price gonna go up, right? Because now half of the stock just vanished, right? So unless half of the people vanish, your price is gonna go up. But if you don't see that happen, then very very hard.
Okay. So bottom line is I'm gonna have to get out of that watch because I'm not wearing enough, and it's kind of ridiculous. I don't want. Yeah, I want to kind of get something. Okay. We're gonna wrap up. Okay. So this is your watch basically right here. This is the watch
Uh,
that is
yeah,
your getting.
yeah,
This is the one. Okay. Black dial, right? Black dial, rose gold.
yeah. Rose gold, yeah. Bracelet.
Oh shit, this is it. Oh, right here. Oh, this is the one. Okay, rose. Oh, how did I know this? Okay. Wow. Okay. Great. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. So this is okay. Now, what is there a little screw? What's with the deal with that little screw at the bottom to screw in the bracelet?
No, no, no.
What is that?
That's not the screw. This is the pusher to adjust the moon phase and the dates.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You know what? The annual calendar, or I'm sorry, the perpetual, when they do it on the bracelet, has like a screw there to. Oh no, maybe it's not. I don't know. I know there's like some sort of something that looks like a screw on one of their. No. Oh, that's a
No, no. Those are
pusher.
the pushers. Yeah, that's the pushers.
Those are pushers.
Yeah,
Shit. Why did I think there was a screw there on the perpetual? Okay.
I think.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah,
It,
this model received a lot of criticism because the moon phase upside down. They have like issues with their dial font, and
okay.
basically been criticizing that it wasn't designed in a very elegant way. Where the pusher was at the bottom. The moon phase was also, it's the moon phase upside down, right? So
Upside
um
down. Oh, that's right. That's right. Oh yeah, I just
yeah, yeah,
noticed
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, the moon phase. What is that all? Yeah. Okay.
And
So what made you choose this watch? Right. What do you like about this?
we can discuss this next time, right? So I also have to
Okay.
go.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
mean, once I got it, we probably can do a bit of a user review on it, right? So
Yeah, a user review. Yeah, with a good camera, we got to zoom in because you have amazing watches. Like we got to see them on the big screen. It can't we can't have it like on a tiny thing there. But okay, so this is the watch. We'll talk about this. And you have already. How many chronographs do you have, by the way?
actually, I'm a big chronograph collector. So let
Oh,
me just looking at what one, two, three, four, five, um, five.
but this is a perpetual though. I'm
Uh,
sorry, I forgot. I just realized it's a perpetual chronograph. You don't have any of those.
the IWC is a perpetual retropon, which
Oh,
is a chronograph.
oh, I didn't know that.
And this is
Oh,
the 5204 is also a retropon perpetual.
okay, okay. No, this is the perpetual. Okay, so right now the only perpetual you have is the IWC, and then it's gonna be this one here.
I have a few. I have a Gerard Paradox perpetual. I
Oh,
also
okay.
have Daniel Ross. Not Daniel Ross. I have the Roger Dewey perpetual.
Chronograph, perpetual
No, no,
chronograph,
just perpetual. Just perpetual.
perpetual. Okay,
I
okay, okay,
I
okay.
try to have like I try to have one chronograph function each. So
Okay.
chronograph will be have you have the retropon, you have the flyback, mono pusher,
Okay.
hundreds of seconds.
Oh
Uh,
shit.
I have two hundreds of a second, right? So I have the micro tourbillon from Tag Heuer. So that is the real hundreds of a second. And then you
Okay.
have the sontograph from Epidron, which is a fake hundreds of a seconds.
Okay. Okay. Wait, do you have an FP Journe?
Yeah. The sontograph.
Santograph. Oh. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. The Santograph. Which one is that? That's like shit. Which one is that? Is that I don't know what that
I
looks.
show you
Okay.
next time. I also have to
Okay.
run. So
Okay. Okay. Bruce,
I
thank you
have
again.
I have
Go
my
ahead.
Tag Heuer probably come back next month, hopefully.
Okay.
Then we
Okay.
can do we can do a chronograph review, with all the different type of chronograph,
Okay.
which would be interesting. Yeah.
Okay. Fantastic. Bruce, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you very
All right.
much. I
No
appreciate it.
problem. Okay.
Thank you for showing the
All right.
watches. Okay. Thank
All
you,
right. Have
everybody.
a right.
And
Yeah.
thank you to our show sponsors. We'll all see you on the next one. Big sponsors. We got Uzi. We have to say, of course, Uzi $1.99. We got Watch Nicholas 99 cents. The money is rolling in. I mean, this is these super chats is. I think I may have to get this chronograph. We just need a couple more of these super chats, and we'll get the Patek chronograph. We'll have matching chronographs. Me and Bruce Lee. All right, guys. See you on the next one.